Hey guys, it's me, Minecraft World, and welcome to episode 12 of Minecraft World on the Air. It is time. Oh god, I'm very much looking forward to this one. So, yeah. Um yeah, no, we will be talking GMK, Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, giant monsters all out attack. But first, lol, lol, ooga booga. Hi. Let me real quick. I'm just gonna be setting up the StreamYard link for those in Zimzilla's server. Here we go. Feel free to join whenever you can, if you can. Join Zimzilla's server. It's really, it's pretty fun actually. We are lunatics, but yeah. But hi.
Boo.
Huh. How are you?
I'm alright.
That's good.
Same shit, different day.
Yeah, fair. Stream after yesterday.
Life
What?
is substantially more boring when you don't have to wake up early in the morning to go to school.
Yeah, no, it can be that.
But also, I love not being in college.
Yeah, no, fair. I mean, today I'm going to be taking a chill day, but tomorrow I'm just going to breeze through as much homework as I can.
Yeah, I am up to my usual shenanigans.
Yeah. So, hunting monsters and racing horses.
How did you know?
I saw you were playing Wilds earlier.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No.
Yes.
False. Untrue.
True. It's true.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I know what I'm talking about.
No.
Yes. 1 sec. Hi. You came into usual shenanigans.
It's the resident unk.
Well, one of them. Monday we're going to be talking to the other resident unk. Well, Zim is going to be talking to the other resident unk. Speaking of, I'm just waiting for him.
Oh.
But yeah. Yeah, no, it's a nice day. True, it feels weird not waking up at school time anymore. We're
Yeah, I guess while I'm waiting, I guess I'll talk about wild stuff while we wait for people to come in. Because I've got a sneaking feeling that I have an idea of what the expansion for Wilds is going to be about.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be about the Elder Dragons.
Oh, absolutely.
Because here's the interesting thing. Wilds has only one Elder Dragon in it, and it's Gogmazios.
Yeah.
Most of the games typically have, like, at minimum, like, 3 or 5.
Huh.
They've been, like... Wilds is kind of upscaled. Like, genuinely, for lack of a better term, in a power scaling sense, everyone has gotten upscaled in Wilds, and that's not a joke. Like, before this, Lygaicrus was like mid Apex. Now Lygaicrus is like equivalent to Rajang. which is insane.
Yeah, you can join Abyss. The stream link is in Zim's server, main general.
We're gonna have to kind of be a little picky on who we let in, since you can only let 6 people in, can't you?
Yeah, and I'm still waiting for Zim.
Yeah. You sure he's coming?
I just sent him a message. He's not online at the moment, but we shall see.
He might. Yeah.
So yeah, apparently I was able to get whatever it is I needed to do earlier today, sooner than expected. So,
Yay!
Yeah. I'm.
Hi. Still have the Guy Gardner profile, I see.
Yeah, I forgot to change it. Can you hear me well?
Yes. You have a little bit of background noise, but it's not too distracting.
Yeah, there's people right next to me. Don't worry. I'm going to mute myself anytime I don't say anything.
Okay.
so I did watch the rest of the playback of yesterday's stream just to be caught up. There was definitely some pretty funny shit happening. Like Lau waking up to it.
That was genuinely one of the funniest bits.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah.
I mean, I guess we're kind of waiting around before we.
Yeah, we're kind of just waiting on to see how many people join, give people time.
Yeah, we'll probably do like 10 minutes or so because Zim is not online at the moment. I sent him 2 messages about it. I'm still waiting. I think he's busy, but yeah.
I must say, it definitely is pretty fitting that I would be joining a stream on GMK since it's the first movie that I did an essay video project on.
Hello.
Hello?
Hey,
We can hear you.
I sound good?
Yeah.
Good,
That's Abyss, right?
Yeah, that's Abyss.
Mm.
You haven't been on that many streams, I think. You've said so.
Oh, this has probably been the first stream I've been on in since 2024.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's fitting for GMK, but yeah, we shall see.
I think this would be my comeback for this movie.
Woo! But yeah, no.
Seems like a lot of people just I guess I'll go back to the whole. What?
You were saying?
Yeah, I think generally this just TLDR movie very, very, very good.
Yeah, no, we'll get further in depth with the broad thoughts. And again, I'm still waiting for Zim. Can everyone else message him just to remind him if he's not awake or something? I don't know.
I got you. I'll tag him on Discord.
Okay. Yeah.
Can no one call his house or something?
I have his phone number. I just don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm joking. It's just that sometimes when I wanted a friend of mine to open the door, I literally called his mom, and I told him, "Hey, I'm outside." I don't know, Bob is not opening up, and then she will tell him off, and she will let me in.
Mm-hmm.
Ask him what his favorite scary movie is.
What door am I at? Get in. What door am I at? But I guess go back to talking about Wilds, because I seriously think based off that we're gonna see just what exactly they talk about with how the Elder Dragons just mess up everything when they're around. Because half of the crazy environmental stuff they do is just them doing it passively.
Okay.
So actually getting to see this stuff in action when weather systems are very central in Wilds, and like the weather changes a lot in the game. I think it's going to make for a very interesting
Do you think we'll be getting some new ones?
new Elder Dragons.
Yeah.
Almost definitely. The flagship's probably going to be an Elder Dragon, and the final boss will likely also be an Elder Dragon. We tend to get equal parts. Like, I hope we get like. It also depends on what you would qualify as new, because they could genuinely pull a fast one and bring like some elders from like Frontier if they really wanted to. People, or just revamp a ton of them to the point that they've just changed so much, because really there's a lot they can do.
Oh, Hoshi's in the back. Okay. Hello.
What up, people? How y'all doing?
Good. So when Zim comes, one of you guys is gonna have to head out to let him on. But yeah.
Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna be being here for either 5 or 10 minutes, so don't worry about it.
All right.
So yeah,
I guess it's been 10 minutes, so
Yeah.
we could start with like broad thoughts, get everything going. So yeah. I think all of us are generally on the same page with this film. But
Yeah.
I think with broad thoughts, it's like thoughts on the film as well as personal experiences with it.
This is, I guess I'll go first since I was talking.
Yeah.
This is without question one of the best Godzilla movies, just on a craftsmanship level and just about just every level you could ask for. Some of the best human characters in the series, some of the best like combat, the discussion around it, like the actual ideas it presents are fascinating, and the presentation of this film is second to none. That it's just it's hard to exactly say anything without treading new like old ground. Like that's gonna feel the biggest thing.
Yeah. I mean, for me, that's not really a problem because, I mean,
it's just hard to literally like talk about it because what can you say? Well, I guess we can talk about how little this film actually gets discussed and how that's a damn shame.
Yeah. We'll get into that. We'll get into that part a little bit later. But
so, can I say what are my thoughts on this movie?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, my thoughts on GMK, or in some cases, Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, giant monsters all out attack, which I still think to this day is probably the dumbest and the longest title in the entire Godzilla franchise. And so, my thoughts. I think that this is probably one of the best films, even though I haven't watched all of it. Even though my memories of this movie are from the YouTubers by Alex the Hunted or Decker Shadow or Brandon Shadow. So yeah, my thoughts on this movie is that I think it's a really solid take on the Godzilla franchise. I think that its themes and what it tries to say are really interesting to follow, and I think that the human characters, especially the character of Yuri, the newspaper girl, was really solid, and I thought that the creature designs are by far one of the best in the entire franchise. And I feel like in terms of score and the soundtrack, I really adore it, and I feel like in my opinion, it probably rivals the Ifukube soundtrack. And also, I love the nod to the '98 movie. I think it was a kind of a funny nod, but at the same time, you could say it's kind of a big middle finger to Roland Emmerich. So, yeah, that's what I had to say.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, like anyway, so yeah, GMK is pretty much the first movie that I've covered in an essay video series type of format. on this channel. I mean, I've been on YouTube like before. Like I have had a previous channel, but the Sea Monster is kind of like a second reincarnation, a reincarnation of sorts. But yeah, GMK is easily the best film in the Millennium era, and it is by a significant margin, with the only possible exception being Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Like, that film is still very strong. But GMK is still at the top, and it's easily one of the best entries in the Godzilla series franchise. Yeah, like, I mean, a lot of the things that I can praise about the movie, you pretty much have heard before. There isn't really much deviation. I have there's like maybe like a thing or two that I could point to as being like kind of like in the mixed category in terms of like how it was handled. But I mean, I'm sure we'll get to that in a bit. But but overall, the film definitely comes together as a really solid picture. Giving us one of the most intimidating and ruthless and badass like takes on Godzilla ever. I would say it's no wonder why -1 took a lot of cues from it, essentially, and yeah, and giving Baragon some much needed love, despite kind of being
He's a cutie patootie in this.
Yeah. We'll touch on the boy.
We'll touch on him. Yeah, Mothra was done pretty well. Not too much deviations as far as like the mystical elements, aside from not having the Shobijin involved. Though maybe like a slight Easter egg or reference, here, at one point. And then you have King Ghidorah, who is very unconventionally done in this film, but the dynamic between him and Godzilla is still very much present. It's still intact, and it definitely where Ghidorah is like meant to be like Godzilla's like most prominent nemesis, or one of his most prominent nemesis.
Nemesis.
And it is Nemesis, and they have where Ghidorah is like able to like the one to give Godzilla at least a fair bit of a run for his money compared to the other Guardian monsters. So, and yeah, like the human story is also pretty well done. Like, I mean, Taizo Tachibana, I'd say is a very strong human character. In terms of like reverence to this franchise's origins, essentially, and tying back into the thematics are pretty strong, consistent with 54, and and arguably builds upon it as a film that takes place nearly half a century afterwards. Like what the effects
in universe it actually takes
done.
place. I think in universe this film takes place in 2004. Because they mentioned,
I never really got that, but that's
they say 50 years. I don't quote me on this, but they say like 50 years ago.
That could be a generalization.
It could be
fine,
but you could
considering
also-
that this. No, you can go. You go.
I said it could be a generalization, but even then, like, overall the time frame still remains the same. I just think it's interesting.
Yeah, but yeah,
So-
not much else to say other than movie's really good, maybe possibly if not great. So yeah.
All right. Abyss.
So yeah, this is not only like potentially my favorite Godzilla movie ever, but this is the first Godzilla movie I ever watched in general, and one of the first movies I ever watched in my life. Probably back in 2004, 2005 on Sci-Fi at my grandma's house back in the days when I first watched it. Been a huge fan of Godzilla ever since, and in my opinion, cream of the crop of the whole franchise.
Nice. It's nice and simple. All right. And Lau?
First of all, I just wanted to say Hoshi with the Decker Shadow reference, W. And second, I have even less to say because it's basically repeating the same as every one of you. The only thing I have to say is that the CGI is like surprisingly good in this one. Well, it's something that we commented on the other day when we were watching it. The animation is super fluid. It's just the rendering, that's the problem. But even then, for its time, in relation to the rest of the franchise, this is like the best CGI we have gotten. Like it was like really surprisingly good
Mhm.
in the animation department at least.
Wait, wow,
And
what
that
did you
shot
say
where
about?
he's underwater, that's even like that's just like really good period. Even the rendering because it's in the darkness, it's way better than Ghidorah
Mm.
flying, for example.
Okay,
Mm.
but wow, what did you say about me about Shadow and references?
No, as a nice Decker Shadow reference.
Just like just making reference to him, which
I-
God, that ages me.
Yeah,
I feel
but also,
old sometimes, and I'm not even
but
that old.
yeah, also speaking of which, I'm going to be leaving now. So yeah,
All right. Well, at least you
Yeah,
gave your general thoughts,
Bye,
but
Hoshi.
you take care, dude.
but before I go, is it okay if I ask you guys something?
Yeah, go
So-
ahead.
Of all the movies that Godzilla movies that came out in Millennium films, which one do you think is the weakest of the bunch? Godzilla vs. Megaguirus or Godzilla Final Wars?
Megaguirus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God. For me, it's like, either or. Honestly, I don't hate. Okay, I like Final Wars more. You ask me which one's better quality wise. They're about even. Although yeah.
Cool. But also, do you guys think that this film would have been much better like the 50th anniversary film than Final Wars?
Probably not, honestly.
I
Huh.
think I don't know if I agree with that statement. I feel like it would have worked just fine. I mean, look at what they treat like the 70th anniversary film in -1. And I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I don't know if we would have gotten this film if they waited to make more the Millennium Era for the 50th anniversary.
Mhm.
Because like we're gonna have to mention 98.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to be leaving now, guys. I hope you guys
Have a
wonderful
good
day and
night, Hoshi.
Yeah, but
Take care,
peace
dude.
out.
Yeah. Also, new guy in the chat. Hi. Yeah. So I'm pretty much with everybody else here. This is not just one of my favorite Godzilla movies. This is one of my favorite pieces of kaiju media, and I would argue one of the shining examples of it at its best, alongside Kaneko's trilogy and -1. Like visually, it's astounding. The sound design and music is amazing. Like the music, especially. This is my second favorite Godzilla soundtrack behind Cottom's, and it is not hard to see why. The story is great. The human characters are underappreciated as all hell, and just it's so good. It's such a good film. Even though personally I would have liked the original roster as is. I think this is a really well done film.
Also, I just sorry, you finish.
No, I was done.
Okay, something I want to talk about, and I think it's kind of funny, is GMK Varen would have just been GMK Anguirus would have just been Shimo.
No, yeah, you're right.
Because they literally mentioned it having icicle spikes on its back. It would have just been Shimo.
Oh God.
Like design wise, like GMK Anguirus is just what we got in Shimo. Or something similar.
Oh God,
You mean cool, Shimo?
Shimoth.
Shimo's already cool. She's a fucking ice monster.
Cooler Shimo then.
Body.
I don't know how you get much cooler. I mean, the Ice Age is pretty cool. She made it. She patented it too. Put it on a plastic lunchbox. She's actually the director of the Ice Age movies. I don't know how to tell you this. She made them.
Oh, okay, then we do have to crucify her because only the first one and the third one are actually good.
Hey, the second one's fine.
Yeah,
Hey man,
sequel life is like
they made the funny little Gharial fish monster, and I like it when he crawls.
Still 1 and 3 are the best.
Yeah.
3 is underrated as hell though.
And I'm considering just doing discussions on the Ice Age franchise overall in prep for the new one, which fuck them.
Why?
There's
They won't let it
one
die.
coming out.
Yeah, they won't fucking let it die. But yeah,
Let it die, let it die.
so I think before we get into like the film itself, I want to establish the thesis for this stream because I believe this stream deserves a thesis. This movie needs more recognition, and if that were to be the case, then I think people would respect the Godzilla franchise significantly more because of just this film alone.
Oh yeah. Like, I guess to go into it, people, the Kaiju Corey video talking about how you can only get so far with Kaiju fights, as if the very narrative idea of a fight is literally two opposing worldviews coming into conflict in like the most basic sense. That is a fight.
Exactly.
Literally, Goku and Vegeta being the embodiment of hard work versus raw talent. Like
I think
it's a
sorry.
And it is, especially in stories that heavily center around combat, having such a like the idea that like fights can only be sheer spectacle and not mean anything is just something I fundamentally disagree with when they often represent the highest point of tension for two opposing worldviews. And that like in the most basic sense. There are obviously other ways or just the highest point of tension in a narrative.
Yeah. And Kaneko himself proved that before this movie with the Gamera trilogy. All three of those movies use their fight sequences in some meaningful way.
Yeah, they use the fight sequences in a meaningful way, while as well as like in the sense like they're telling a story within them.
Yeah, not just telling a story, but carrying the thematic resonance. Revenge of Iris is probably the most explicit one with this.
Oh yeah,
Iris is quite literally where it's both of them are literally linked to our protagonists in their major ideological conflict.
Yeah, and I guess
Also,
the question.
I just wanted to add one little thing to Kuru's point. When he mentioned like Goku and Vegeta, and I don't really like Naruto, but it literally has some of the two best fights I've ever seen. One literally is like flashbacks intersected, so you can see how two characters that were friends before, like kind of fight the same, but then they surprise you with the things that they've changed in different points of the fight, where it just goes completely differently from the first time that you actually were practicing. And then the typical Gaara versus Rock Lee fight, which I think it's a better version of the Goku and Vegeta fight, with natural talent and like actual effort. And yeah, all of these are mostly, like based on they have some flashbacks in between, but it doesn't interrupt the flow. And you can see, not just the personality, but also, the emotional state of each of the characters, and how they also do these little things to trick each other. A fight is not just brute force; it's also, like the things you come up with.
Yeah, there's like, fights are just like one of many ways you show conflict in a narrative, and y'all are about to scoff. Beginning of a New Era does this too. Like, the climax of the film in the Japan Cup is literally about, I'll save that for later. But
we'll get to that once you do the Uma Musume stream.
Yeah. I guess the question should be like asking why does this movie not have like the attention that it truly does deserve as
I
like, a
think
quality
that's
film
for
in the franchise.
why it doesn't, because it's kind of like, I think it's just the simple fact that it gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, no, it's like
and also that you hear its name, you hear its title, and people kind of think it's. You hear that title, and you would think it's more like Final Wars.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it sounds more extreme than it actually
Like
than it
more
actually
extreme
is.
and
Like that's not to say the film isn't high octane when especially by the finale, the film goes absolutely insane. But it's like
No, this film gets out of control in its climax. But
Yeah, well, I mean, it definitely starts to go. It definitely goes pretty crazy once you have the Baragon fights, and then it just ramps up so much.
Everything after, like the Baragon fight onward, is really just an escalation, but like
it's an appetizer.
Yeah,
And
that
I
title.
think that, sorry, I just wanted to also, before we go to the fights, I think that one of the reasons why people might skip it also is because some people, fucking baby, dude. Some people like, yeah, I know. You try to sell one and then you have to take care of it until the buyer gets to your house. Anyway, yeah, what was I before I got rudely interrupted by that baby? I'm not gonna feed it for 2 hours, so it learns to have a reason to cry. Anyway, oh yeah, some people really don't like fantasy in this franchise, right? They related more to Mothra and stuff like that, and I think that if you read the synopsis, and if you're one of those people, you won't give it a chance also because like Guardian Monsters. Like that is completely different from everything we've seen except for King Caesar, and he's not really like a super popular character in this story, right?
Yeah, especially like King Ghidorah up to this point. The only time he's ever really been fantasy was Rebirth of Mothra, and those movies weren't exactly received all that well.
Yeah.
We're not received that. They
Internet's cutting out pretty bad.
Clanker.
No one heard me.
You clanked.
Yeah, it's cutting out real bad.
You were clanking.
Fantastic. But the thing about it is, I only was watch it.
You are clanking.
Holy shit!
0-1-0-0-0-1-1-0-0-1-0-0-1-1.
Fifth dimension right now, like
You are
he's trying to contact
clanking.
us from the Twilight Zone.
Horribly.
Don't leave, Mark.
Also high. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, the title isn't doing it many favors. The fantasy, I think, to add to that point, fantasy generally is not as respected as sci-fi. Especially like Mothra is the only really fantastical character here, and even then, like I said, the Rebirth trilogy was the only one that kind of went that far.
But to be fair, also like Godzilla as a franchise doesn't really use fantasy all that well, except when you have Mothra in specific, right? Like, because like that's her thing. But like for example, Heisei got really fantastic, right? And it's not really, it's literally the worst part of those movies. The best part is the sci-fi. I think the sci-fi part of Heisei is actually good. It's just that they try to inject everything, with like psychics and like magic and telekinesis and all that.
Yeah, like as you said, the fantasy stuff isn't that prominent. Mothra, Batra, and King Shisha are the most fantastical kaiju in Godzilla's roster, and they would often be overlooked. Go debate Blackaroonie.
How about you fuck off and go somewhere else, buddy?
God.
But he does have a point in the sense that a lot of people, just gave up on fantasy after Lord of
No,
the Rings.
like,
Sorry
yeah,
about that,
no, that
guys.
is
I
a
just
good
noticed called
point.
out about
That is a good point. That
Well,
is a
no,
good point. I just
don't
want to
forget, there's
keep
Harry
up.
Potter too. Like Harry Potter is also.
Yeah,
Thing.
that's more like the
Yeah.
exception. A lot of people tried to be Harry Potter and failed, like Percy Jackson, Wicker something, Spiderwick or something like that. Also tried to start a franchise, it also failed.
Yeah.
You know, they all tried. They just
Thing is,
couldn't
like,
compete.
We
Aragon too.
also the thing is we also had the Gamera trilogy out before this, which I mean those films are going to be coming up regardless because same director, so comparisons aren't there. But it's also like those were very fantastical movies when you actually break it down. Like Guardian of the Universe, no, not Guardian. Revenge of Iris especially was incredibly fantastical by nature. Because it had that whole like psychic link, it had the reference to the gods, it delved more into the mythology of ancient Atlantis as a culture and as a world, and it was the lowest grossing of the trilogy, I think.
Yeah, but the camera also like it's almost like half and half sci-fi and fantasy.
Yeah.
Because
Okay. Is it work? Am I working now? Am I speaking clearly?
Yes.
we
I just-
hear you
now.
fine
I
now.
just went and reset my laptop. Have Robotnik ain't taking me for robotization today. Anyways,
Now,
I guess what are y'all talking about?
we're just like talking about the sci-fi fantasy comparisons and like
Okay,
the treatment of fantasy in relation to the genre. I brought up Revenge of Iris.
Okay, to go back to what I was saying really quick. Not only was Rebirth of Mothra 3 not received very well, no one watched it.
Yeah.
Like, just straight up.
Yeah.
But, in regards to, like, fantasy in the series, yeah, fantasy isn't really taken all that seriously unless your name is Lord of the Rings, and, which I think is honestly a shame. Which, considering literally Shusuke Kaneko considers this a fantasy movie, so I think it is worthwhile to watch it as a fantasy movie.
Yes.
And so yeah, this series just no one takes fantasy serious. It's just a mix of a lot of really unfortunate things when this film is not that. And I've shown this film to people who are like unfamiliar with Godzilla completely. They see this film and they suddenly get it.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it
Why don't I
happen
get
like
it?
multiple times. They finish film, look to me and say, I see why you like this stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like this film is actually good. So yeah, I think it's the title, it's a fantasy film, and it's
also I would say the Millennium Era's reputation as a whole, because like the Millennium Era at this point is kind of the middle child now.
Yeah, ironically, yeah. No, Millennium has got middle child syndrome.
Just overall.
I could consider this urban fantasy, which is honestly a genre I've been wanting to look more into. I know Blood Blockade Battlefront is also urban fantasy, and I've heard very good things about that anime. But and all this is very unfortunate.
Wait,
because
could you describe what that genre is supposed to be? I never heard about
urban fantasy,
specific.
I've always described it as fantasy in the modern day. Like, because it's commonly, put in like medieval times, and that's where medieval fantasy comes from. But I'm talking like high fantasy elements in like a modern day setting. Yeah, that's urban fantasy. At least to my understanding.
would just to see if I get it, would Jujutsu Kaisen count? In that
I have
case?
not watched. I have not watched Jujutsu Kaisen, so I cannot confirm that.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Yeah. But no, you have because like Showa and Heisei have their reputations for obvious reasons. Then currently you have both Reiwa and Monsterverse, which are duking it out. Millennium is really just there. Like that's what it's considered as. And so GMK being lost in the shuffle.
Yeah. I think I've mentioned it. I'll let you go, Abyss.
I'm starting to realize it's one of those things that's just way too good ahead of its time, and people don't realize it until many decades later.
Yeah. I mean, was the film the highest grossing of the Millennium era, if I remember correctly?
I don't know.
I think it was because of Hamtaro, right? That's like the famous.
Yeah, the Hamtaro thing. You had Ghidorah and Mothra being here.
Hold on. I'm looking for charts real quick.
Either way,
I'm going to pull up the chart everyone brings up.
Yeah.
It definitely walked for -1 to run to me.
Yeah. Also, I just sent a message to Zim on Instagram, so
I sent him multiple things. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, GMK is the highest grossing Godzilla film, and it's also the only film in the Millennium era to actually get over sell over 2 million tickets. 2000 was right on the dot. Actually, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I guess now I can get the chance to go into the Millennium era's reputation. I have called the Millennium era in many ways damage control for the due to 98.
I was very sad for 98.
Yes, 98 did that much damage. It solidified Godzilla's reputation in the West. Due to the success of versus Megalon over here in the States, I feel like that was already the reputation, but 98 solidified Godzilla as the stupid giant lizard movie with Matthew Broderick and the guy from The Simpsons. And unfortunately, even in Japan, there was beginning to become burnout in the audience. Primarily, I believe, also due to 98. That film burned everybody. And them scrambling to do damage control is why the Millennium era came out so quickly. Because if we never got 98, let's say we got, a trilogy of what we were supposed to get with the 94 script, which we were right there, man. Like, if we ever talk about that stuff, it's gonna piss me off. But if we got, a trilogy of that stuff and not 98, what would have happened is Toho wouldn't have probably made Godzilla movies until the 50th anniversary in 2004 or 2005, like was the original plan. I think it was either Shogo Tomiyama. I think it was Shogo Tomiyama. And I think it was him. Because the plan wasn't to make movies again until 2005. So if they were well received and, were better received, because I do think overall the 94 script is just better than 98, even on that level. The Millennium era would have either looked very different and we would have gotten a very short wilderness era, or it may have never even existed at all. And unfortunately, GMK was just caught in the crossfire of all of this.
Yeah. Yeah, like if
That's what I
98
mean.
wasn't as much of a disaster as it was, like the landscape of the Godzilla
Yeah.
franchise afterwards would have looked very different.
think-
Not just the Millennium era, but just
And you could definitely tell that affected Kaneko personally because of like the 98 jab itself and how he uses
Yeah,
98.
he makes 98 canon in his universe just to take a jab at it.
Yeah.
Not only
Which is
that,
still-
he also wanted to, in a way, try to surpass it by taking some stuff from '98 and put it in his
Yeah.
movie.
Hell, the
Yeah.
original suit design was going to have a horizontal Godzilla.
Yeah, a lot actually goes into that. And now comes the part where I use the books.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
I pulled
Well,
up the
actually, let's save the production stuff for later.
no, like literally just fair, but yeah,
I mean,
there's
if
a
you
lot
want
of
to,
stuff.
if you
in
want
the
to go,
crea-
if you want to use the meta stuff for some of the
We're-
surrounding like stuff and all
we're
that.
talking about like the creative process and whatever.
Yeah, we'll talk about the creative stuff I think later because I feel like the behind the scenes will be a bit more extravagant. And again, we're still waiting for
Mhm.
Zim. So
Yeah, no. He and I will just have everything for that. So yeah. That's
But-
just kind of it for that topic.
yeah, GMK
was
really
just-
GMK really deserves more love, and I guess with
It
that,
deserved better. And I think
Yeah.
in the fandom, it is widely beloved. But I think we as Godzilla fans need to stop being afraid to recommend this movie because I have pushed it to complete newbies. They have looked at this and said, "This was really good."
yeah, to me, this and 2000 are two of my go-to introductories because to me, both of them represent both sides of Kaiju Eiga in general. G2K being more of a traditional end, this one being not exactly balls to the walls, but more on what the genre is capable of. And
I think, yeah, if you wanted to get someone into Kaiju, I'd say early Showa, Millennium, and the Gamera trilogy.
exactly. Or I'd say not just the Gamera trilogy, but post Showa Gamera. But yeah, also GMK, the first movie to depict Ghidorah as a good guy. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But now I guess it's time as any to dive into the film.
Yeah.
I think let's start off simple. I mean, this movie just looks phenomenal. Like,
Yeah, there's so many production stills, and even in these, they've just got an energy to them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, we'll look through the production stills later, but I'm gonna pull up the Internet Archive. I'll take Zim's thunder for now, but
I honestly, part of me even wonders if he's gonna show up.
yeah, it's
Might be-
fine.
He's either might be busy or might be asleep. Who knows?
Or both.
Yeah, like I mean, even though the effects from the movie may not be as well polished as they could be, considering that the Millennium era was made as a result of damage control, like Kuru said. They do hold up better than it's CGI wise at least. Like they hold up better than the previous two films. Mainly because, not just because, and I think it could be because Kaneko may have like a better visual eye, for where the CGI could be used, when necessary, and he uses them at really good spots, like when Ghidorah rises up after taking in Mothra's energy, it's like almost like just like a god just like ascending and is like ready to bring down
Who did
Hellfire and Brimstone on Godzilla.
One moment. Because obviously the director has something to do with the film's literal direction, but I also wanted to see who did the cinematography for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to know who because cinematographer, also it was the same. The cinematographer definitely knew how to make the movie look good. Essentially, with Kaneko obviously, being a bit of a supervisor in that. Because he's the director. He was like, okay, here's where you point. Let's make it look good. There we go. Awesome.
Dude, oh my. I'm just going to
What's
have to look
going
it up on my phone because my laptop is just, I hate Google as a browser so much.
Yeah, sorry. Internet Archive
Literally
on my end
freezing.
is having trouble loading, but like, yeah,
Are you, what browser are you using?
Firefox.
Use Opera.
I plan to. It's just
Yeah, Opera GX is like really good.
That's why this stream is sponsored by Opera GX.
Where is it? There it is. There we are. Godzilla's introduction.
I am not seeing any. Oh wait, cinematographer Masahiro Kishimoto.
Right.
Yeah.
He was also the cinematographer for Godzilla against Mechagodzilla versus Destoroyah versus Space Godzilla and Battle for Earth.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting. But yeah, here we have Godzilla's Rising. Like, this is just a perfect example of cinematography.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know
also-
if we can let the Minecraft be careful about letting footage play.
I know. I need it. No. Stay still. No. God fucking damn you. Damn you.
Damn. Damn you all to hell.
The sense of
No, wait.
scale in this film is
That's not what I wanted.
We can't
The
go
sen-
back to that.
the sense of scale in this film is absolutely like just
Yeah.
dead on.
Where is
Yeah.
the shot? Where is the wide shot of Godzilla in the water after
I
he
think
rises?
it's after they all look. I think it's after they all look up.
Yeah, it's after the wave sequence. I'm trying to find the shot. Jesus.
I mean, while you look at it, like, yeah, like
yeah.
like
Well,
this film definitely gets across the scale of these creatures, like pretty
What
much
are you looking
arguably
for?
a lot better than most of
The shot
films
of
up to this point.
Godzilla. Screw it. I am using the screenshots on Wikizilla.
Okay.
yeah. I guess while you're getting that pulled up, since a certain someone is in the chat. 05, go debate Blackaroonie.
Oh, 5, get out of here. No one cares or likes you.
Debate Blackaroonie.
You're a short motherfucker and nobody likes you.
No, just delete
Go
your
debate.
YouTube, delete everything,
Rooney.
get off the internet. For the sake of everybody and you.
Dude, you have pissed off everybody here. Take a hint and go debate and just get out.
I'm kind of more ambivalent to 05, but yeah.
Get out!
But yeah, it's like
It's just like whatever.
this is another shot. Really good sense
Yeah,
of
that
scale.
looks
You have
good.
the helicopter in the background. You have the mountain. Right here. I love the Baragon fight. Period. We'll get to the fights generally, but
Okay, but go back to the one of him on the cliff. Why does he just look like he's telling Godzilla, "Get out of my house"? We have come for your nectar. Get out of my house. What are you
Get out
doing
of my
in
swamp.
house? What are you doing in my house? There.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
that
wow.
shot.
Oh,
That just-
I can make a horrible joke. What she sees.
Yeah, we get it. Head joke, blowjob joke.
I also want to talk about like how the movie really does a great job of like calling back to the original, in like a bit more subtle ways by just showing like images of like the Lucky Dragon #4 with like the guys with the people, when Godzilla first arrives, as well as
This film it's very clear from both like the just everything that we know behind the scenes and in the film itself that Kaneko has a very clear reverence for Godzilla, especially the original film.
Yeah.
As well as like the visual, like that shot of Godzilla, like where his head's like sticking out of like the mountains, which is like you can't look at that shot and not think 54. Like it couldn't be more obvious, but it works
or even this
really
sequence,
well.
Or even this sequence where Godzilla just annihilates the military.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, I love that bit. You know, where Godzilla just like has the drill missiles like go into him, they fail, they just blow up a bit, and then Godzilla's like, "Yo, I see ya," and then he just goes ham on them. It's honestly probably like one of my favorite portrayals of the atomic breath in this movie. Like it feels just feels absolutely just devastating.
Heck yeah.
You know, it's absolutely incredible. Like you have this shot of King Ghidorah.
Yeah, that's what I was referencing as far as like CGI being implemented pretty well.
Just wow.
Yeah.
Here is another one of my favorites. Just
yeah, that looks really good. It looks pretty good.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find some more. Putty little boy. He's
Boop
a pudgy
his nose.
little boy.
That okay.
That's
The
forever
scene of
classic.
that woman I feel so bad because every time I see this, it cracks me up.
She's freaking
It's-
out like she sees a demon. She's like, "Oh, thank God!" And the tail comes around, smack the side of the fucking building, killing her.
I remember
Yes.
seeing this scene with like my friends and just showing them this scene, and I always feel so bad for laughing, but it's not that funny, but I can't stop
I mean,
laughing.
It
Yeah.
would be funny. Like, imagine if it actually kept going. Imagine like the tail hits the building, but she's like fine somehow. Her legs are completely broken, but she's
Actually, no, Kasaibu. Big Action Bill talked about this. Kaneko wouldn't do that.
Is played by an actress
believe- I
that Japan
believe,
doesn't like, so her
think it
dying
was-
was a joke. Was a joke.
I think it was taken as a joke. I don't
Yeah,
think
it was.
They go in,
It was
they don't
taken
go
as.
in-
It's
It
meant
was
to be
taken
dark
as-
comedy at most.
They don't.
Yeah, no, that's
like,
what it is.
Either way, the film doesn't portray it as a joke. It just literally showcases this Godzilla's almost like unnecessary brutality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to even it's hard to say like whether or not Godzilla even intended to have his tail swing into the building or not. Like he probably,
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Either
Bro
way-
was just on a
the
mission to
idea is
murder.
communicated.
Actually,
You
guys, I wanted to ask you: do you think that he somehow, since it's a spirit, that he knew she was there?
Yes.
This is gonna sound weird, but I think it's supposed to represent the collective rage and the cruelty that the Japanese did during World War II. And that was all put into Godzilla himself. That's why he was so freaking cruel in this movie. And
No,
he-
Yeah, no,
that
Oh,
is
yeah.
literally what it is.
that is
mention that,
exactly what it is. It's
everyone who died. It's
Yeah.
everyone who died in not just in like the war in World War II. They mentioned that I think they mentioned that it's even people who died in like the bombings.
Yeah, no, it was everybody suffering from Japan and World War
It was
II.
just the collective
and it-
suffering of not just the people of Japan, but even like beyond that.
all of Asia.
Yeah,
like,
anyone
by
that
Japan.
Japan killed. Yeah, and the thing is, it's also the bombings because Japan caused their own people to die by joining and siding
Did
with the
you-
Nazis. So they're all
you
to
know-
blame.
Yeah.
You notice right before when the scene where Godzilla roars and the glass blows, it shows that picture of that boat that got hit by the atomic bomb testing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Lucky Dragon.
Yeah, that was fucking great.
That was just. I think Godzilla's introductory sequence is just. As well as the build up to him, you have like with the 54 in keeping, you have the sighting, you have the island attack, which is fantastic. One unappreciated sequence is when they're in the control room and we hear the helicopter exploring the island. One of them sees Godzilla and is just like, wait, that wasn't there the first time. Oh, whoa, wait, it's moving. And you just hear his roar. I love that.
Yeah, like like the film really hits on like the things of like how people just seem to have like at first like before Godzilla shows up, there's people who are just like, no, Godzilla's not back, or he was just a legend, or
Not only that,
or
but
just like not, or just
he-
being very uncertain that he's even there, like such as the people who like the people who are like tracking whatever's going on, like in the government, military, what have you.
Yeah.
But when Godzilla does show up, then people are just like, oh, it's like, oh no, Godzilla, like
that
this
one woman
thing
in the
that
grocery store.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's also like a guy who we see for a little bit who's in his car. He's just staring up at Godzilla like in just total disbelief and horror. It's like Godzilla.
We also see that with other people, like the fisherman when Godzilla first surfaces in the harbor. Literally, he can't even get the word "look" out properly.
Right.
Yeah.
98 reference, by the way.
Yeah, that is a 98 reference, and
Should
that's
we
a
count
lot
them?
of shots. A lot of
There's
shots.
a lot of them.
Which
Yeah.
just goes into one of the biggest things with this film was Conoco wanted to just make 98 but better.
No, because the motherfucker, I think he was one of the most vocal people in his disdain of 98,
Yeah.
and you can tell.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can-
Now, here's a serious question. Who hates 98 more, Zim or Conoco?
Conoco made an entire film to spite it.
That's
Fair
what
enough.
I was going to say.
Yeah, you have to dedicate that much time. Like Zim hasn't finished the critique on 98 yet, so
Yeah.
Conoco definitely beats him by country mile because because you gotta appreciate the hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hater energy done right.
Yeah. Shut up. Let people hate things. That's what I like to say. The people are all about like, shut up, let people like things. I'm just like, how about you let people hate things? How about that? Can we just like people can have fun hating something? But anyways.
Yeah, no, it's like I'm just grabbing all of the images for the behind the scenes stuff later. But yeah, no, I like visually this film is fantastic. Sound design wise, it's also great. My one complaint on the sound design end, I wish Godzilla used his 54 roar.
See, I don't think it would have worked. Well.
No.
Or maybe a modified version of it, Minasu style.
Maybe. But
I'm honestly tired of people just wanting to hear the same roar over and over. Like, it didn't work all that well in King of the Monsters. It kind of worked, right? But it was a downgrade, I think. Just let them have their own versions.
Like, I think for Cottam, it was fine. I liked the use of the 54 roar in Cottam because it showed off his pain. It sounded pained.
which was the entire
And not to mention it was like a bit remixed, with some the film. It's not like the film just opted that film sort of ditched the MonsterVerse Godzilla War.
Minasu also remixed the 54 roar.
More just literally cranked the bass up to 100.
And it worked beautifully.
1000.
I love Minasu.
I remember hearing that roar and when it plays the roar after the credits, I was in the bathroom after -1 and I heard that from 2 theaters over. I think it shook the theater a bit. Which I was like, oh my god. But
I hope they keep that in -0. I really do.
if they get 40x showings for -0, what happens is that when he fires his atomic breath, the theater just fucking explodes like in Inglourious Bastards.
Or just explodes like Ginza.
Yes.
The whole town gets obliterated.
Suspicious double feature
Now-
of -0 and Inglourious Bastards.
No
appears
one can criticize your movie if they're all dead.
It blew me away.
Like Noriko.
But yeah. On a visual level, this film fucking nails it. Music wise. Oh.
probably the best Godzilla soundtrack. It's personally one of my favorites.
I don't. Honestly, maybe it's just because I've listened to the King of the Monsters soundtrack so damn much, but I kind of like the GMK soundtrack more. But I just listen to Kotum so much.
Both of them are fantastic. So
no. Here's the thing, because I also say that, but at the same time, I now think, is that true? Because I love the way it reinvents Rodan and Ghidorah to have their own proper music once again. Because I felt like their tracks got so reused back in the Showa era when they were first made.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just got hoarded out, honestly. Like anyone had, and the roar too. The roar for Rodan just got passed around to everyone. What didn't Batra have it even? I think
Batra used a modified Rodan roar.
Yeah, and Ghidorah also had Rodan's roar for a moment, I think, or a couple of times.
Yeah.
Like slightly like pitched, like high pitch.
Yeah, that's literal like older brother kind of thing, like you think you have something and then everyone like starts using it. You just want to like break it. Yeah, I'm tired of the road and roar from the old days, but that's just because of the spam. Yeah, it lost all personality.
I'd still say Titanus Rodan has the best Rodan roar. In fact, that's just
yeah.
It has like its own identity, as an incarnation of Rodan.
Yeah,
I do miss the little bitty from the Monsterverse. Like I wish it was somewhere there a little bit, because I know it's in one part when she's like, there's like static. I get that, but it's so subtle that you might as well not have had it at all.
And I still love Titanus Ghidorah's roar, but it's like this and Kotum's soundtrack. Those are two soundtracks where you can't really argue against their quality. Like it just.
And fun enough, -1 did the same thing. It did its own thing, and then well, actually, I would say that the tracks where they actually use Godzilla's theme are the worst in the movie, just because they feel kind of forced, not because they're bad.
I actually liked the use of the King Kong versus Godzilla sequence soundtrack during
I mean, specifically the Godzilla theme, like the King Kong. Like I think that one was great as a reuse of something that we haven't seen in such a long time. But I'm just talking about specifically the Godzilla theme.
Oh, Zim got pulled into work apparently. All right. Yeah.
Damn it. Are you serious?
That's live. That's live.
Yeah.
I'm just messaging him.
Yeah. I guess we want to talk a bit about the storytelling.
Let's get to the story, characters, and everything else, because that's the technical stuff. We'll get to the suits and designs later, but oh boy, story-wise and characters, this is the most underappreciated part of the film.
Even by the people who like this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this has two poster children for some of the best human characters in the genre. There, I said it. Admiral Tachibana and Yuri Tachibana are
father and daughter. It's a 1-2 combo.
Minecraft.
This film was
the guy who eats corn in Gaigan exists though.
Lau, I want you to make that child shut up.
Dude, like look, I'm just waiting for the buyer to get here. His name is he shut up. No, like I made sure he hits his head hard enough.
Yay. Wait, what?
Nothing.
No,
No, wait.
But,
No, wait.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll just give a discount if it's broken.
No, but I think I want to start off with Yuri first, the most underappreciated of the two.
Talk about both before we get into because
everyone else.
These two are the emotional core of the film.
And they work phenomenally as an emotional core because one of them is incredibly successful, the other one isn't. Kasaibu puts it perfectly: a fake news reporter using her platform to convey the truth when it really matters. Exactly.
Not just her, everyone in that studio deciding that literally no one else is covering this, we need to. Like, they step up when no one else can. And it makes their decision, like, really... It makes that scene where, like, I forget his name, but, like, one of her coworkers, like, getting everything set up. And it's honestly one of my favorite scenes in the film is when, like, everyone at Digital Q, like, steps up. And I mean, it's the father-son emotional core is a holdover from the, I think, second version of this film's script, which was Godzilla vs. M.
Yeah, Godzilla vs. M. I'm gonna actually...
He literally said this... Kaneko literally said this is a father-daughter movie.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
Yeah.
And it works beautifully. I'd say for the same reasons that Kaneko's trilogy handled this as well, especially Guardian of the Universe. I think that you can see a lot of echoes of Guardian of the Universe in this film, and that's why the story works so well. On top of that, yeah, it does sound like Audrey. Except the payoff is just better.
Yuri is like Audrey, except not
except
a
the
cunt.
payoff. Except she isn't a fucking asshole.
She isn't a literal snake.
Yeah. So
and the film doesn't recognize her as being that much of a snake. When she is,
if anything, she actively does give a shit. Like she doesn't steal classified tapes. The recording of her father's story makes sense in context, and it's still not bad, understandable considering her motivations.
She's not one thing that this film wants to go into. It literally talks about is going into the sexism she faces in the workforce. Exactly. She mentions when she's having dinner that she's not allowed to make the stories she wants to make because she's a woman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, we have one more spot open, so for anyone in Zimzilla's server who wants to join, feel free to.
Yeah. As far as what this film does, in the thematics, what have you,
I was going to continue. I was going to continue with the story, with the characters and story stuff, because we haven't talked about.
Yuri and her father, they really complement how it's essentially two generations of Japan, trying to fight to preserve a future, the past,
trying to reconcile.
And reconcile. Taizo, the father, essentially, being the one who experienced Godzilla firsthand, pretty much who understands why Godzilla coming back is the worst thing in the world, pretty much arguably more than anybody that we see in this movie. And Yuri, coming to, starts to come to understand that and she fights to try to make sure that everybody else is, is made aware of what they need to do to preserve the future of the nation.
Yeah, and it's just, that's perfect. And then you have Admiral Tachibana, who's just,
they represent past and present, working towards the future.
Yeah.
And I think Yuri is great. He is, oh my god.
Yeah, I pretty much argue Taizo is the best character in the movie.
That's not a question. That is not a question.
Agree with that notion. Everything from Kaneko makes him in the way the character tied the most to Godzilla in this film. Literally kind of going into the idea of a Japanese ghost story, which again GMK was written as one. Kaneko also mentions that in this book. But the idea is that even after you escape, it's still coming for you, which ties back in with the whole radiation thing, which Kaneko admittedly doesn't go into as that much until the end. but the idea is still the same, that, he survived the first round with Godzilla, but 50 years later, he's back and coming for him. Which, not like specifically, but the idea is still the same, considering they're the ones that have the final confrontation.
Mhm.
And Kaneko takes this and uses it to milk the themes with such an unflinching intensity, with the idea of
Exactly.
how he loses both his parents in that fight, describing it. Even when I first saw this film dubbed, it still stuck out to me as one of the strongest scenes in the film.
Yeah. Also, now that you remind me, just circling back to earlier, that's another thing that I want to talk about real quick, the translation stuff.
Oh, yeah. Should we get more into that when we talk about production?
We'll talk about the production. We'll get more into that once we get to the production.
Yeah, but there are some specific, translation errors in this film which actually do kind of harm the storytelling in some unfortunate ways.
Yeah.
So...
Oh my god!
Minecraft.
No, Tachibana speaks for himself. Everyone else is they're not bad. They're not bad. Takeda's a fun foil to Yuri. In fact, I'd say the digital Q people generally are just, you get a sense of camaraderie with them even for as little as they appear.
Yeah,
very funny, and I forget what's his name. The manager of the building. What's the actor's name?
Yeah, the guy from Godzilla 2000.
Yeah. He the guy he plays. Give me just a minute. I'm pulling up the IMDb page right now. I'm gonna remember it when Shiro Sano. He plays he plays Kadokura. I don't know why, he's really funny. He's where most of this film's comedy comes from.
The long hair dude?
Yes.
the guy who looks like John Lennon.
Yeah.
But
his reactions and the way how his mannerisms is pretty funny.
the way he hears bargain basement of the airwaves.
What did he call?
What did you just call us?
Just the bargain basement of the airwaves. What? Oh god!
Take it away, Yuri.
I need to steal that line for a project of mine at some point.
Yes,
because that is just too brilliant.
But yeah, so it's so. Unfortunately, to talk about the narration thing, because there are probably more examples, but the most infamous one is right before the climax. Minecraft, I know Internet Archive sucks for you right now, but do you think you can pull up the scene where the troops are mobilizing?
I'm gonna find it. And
you have the two people, like the man and the woman, wishing them luck.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up right now. It's just Internet Archive is being a bit of a grunt.
Wishing them luck in quotes, saying you're all gonna die.
Do I want to use Tubi?
I don't know. I'm not sure what.
I'm not risking Tubi because that is too big. But and I own the film.
You got YouTube's copyright ninjas just sitting in the trees, waiting.
I feel like I don't want to get our nuts chopped off for this.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not doing that.
I can feel what is that red dot on my forehead? Oh God!
Yeah,
no, you're not hosting this, Kuru. It's Minecraft who would have the red dot.
No,
the predator is right outside.
Yeah, they're in the walls.
They're in the walls.
They're in the goddamn walls.
Any luck, Minecraft?
No, Internet Archive crashed for me. Kuru, see if you can pull it up.
I'm already ahead of y'all.
Oh, you're already ahead?
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I
fuck
can pull
yes. Oh, thank God.
Wait, hold up. Pull up Andrew Santana's comment, why am I imagining 2005 as this angry lost child? 05, tell your mom to go
No,
pick you up.
dude,
It's
that's
Scrappy from the live action
that's
Scooby-Doo
very,
movies.
very damaged goods. I wouldn't be able to sell that.
Very
Come on.
damaged goods.
Yeah,
Think Scrappy from the live action Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah.
Any luck, Abyss?
Hold on, I'm still typing it in.
Okay.
But I guess I'll provide context for what I'm talking about while we're dealing with while he's getting it. So the guy in question who's talking to them, and this isn't what I'm talking about with the unfortunate translation errors. That is a Chinese guy wishing them luck in Mandarin, and then the woman is Japanese and translating it for them. And this was at a time when like Japan and China weren't on very good terms, and even here you see Kaneko kind of wanting to
Is it pulling up?
honor the Minecraft would have to like enable it, I think.
Yeah, one moment. There it is.
Yeah.
Mute it as well.
Okay.
Is it muted? Just to
Don't go full screen, just keep it like this.
don't go
Okay.
full screen. Just leave it like this. Avoid the copyrightisms. It should be in the last segment. I'm gonna pull up Tubi as well, just so I can find the timestamp.
Let's go like go a little bit after, but it's still a little bit before. I really should have gotten this timestamp saved.
Yeah.
You should have.
Well, if I think we're hold on. I think no.
No, you gotta go back.
Go back.
You have to go back.
Hang on. I'm just
Back. Like these people, like Godzilla isn't even in the city when we get to this moment.
What moment are y'all talking about? Just so
the scene where like the man and the woman wish the Japanese troops luck.
Yeah, they're mobilizing in the city.
Yeah, they just are arriving in the city.
I think it was.
Up and it crashed.
Oh,
God.
I'll kiss my
fucking-
ass.
This is why I don't like Internet Archive. I'm sorry.
I can find it useful at points, but
usually I
Oh.
just download whatever it is that I want to watch from there and just watch it on my computer's media player offline.
I think I found the clip. I'm just.
I tried, y'all.
No, I appreciate it. Just
It's better than nothing, but yeah, no, that you have that sequence. Just yeah, you have that sequence, and then you have the one where. I mean, this is the first movie that has. This is the only Godzilla movie that says the F word, that drops the F bomb.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, this is the only one.
Oh, God dang it.
I thought King of the Monsters had O'Shea Jackson Jr. say you got.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, and this was the first one.
This is the first one, not
Yeah,
the
you
only
said
one.
that.
But
You said
first.
you
Yeah,
said you
first.
meant
Sorry,
you
I
meant to
meant
say
first.
first, not only.
I meant first. Sorry.
Connor's
This
all
is
like,
the first one that
excuse
says
me.
it. This is the first one that says it.
Nice.
But to go back to what I was saying, it kind of honors Ishiro Honda's like whole like visions of global like unity and cooperation in order to like achieve a common goal, which was a really common theme in a lot of his movies. Like I know Gorath, like even films that I haven't seen, I know Gorath, that's a whole thing. You see it in like Three-Headed Monster and
Yeah.
I might have found it.
Invasion of Astro Monster as well. All of them are good movies. I
You
can't
might
say
have found it.
Gorath.
I think. Still trying to look.
Yeah, it's after the Baragon fight. I think it's like it's after they attack Godzilla in the mountains.
Yeah.
Is it where they just start the? Hold on. Is it about like an
Yeah.
hour in?
I think so. But yeah, no, you hear that 05? Kaneko does understand Godzilla.
Yeah.
I'm having very little luck finding it myself.
Oh, shit,
It's a
Jurassic
very
World's on
quick
TV.
moment in the movie.
Yeah, no, it's like
It's very fast. But yeah, either way, that's like the most egregious example of translations.
Yeah,
I know there are others, but I can't say what they were.
yeah. Like, I mean, I guess in case we're not able to pull up the scene, like, so the original version was supposed to just be, a Japanese girl translating for a guy speaking a Mongolian to wish the soldiers luck.
Not Mongolian, Mandarin.
Mandarin, sorry. But in the dub, the Sony US dub, they have it to where, like, the girls say, like, you're gonna die.
Yeah, good luck, everyone. You're all gonna die.
Yeah, it's.
I found it.
That's a little
found it?
strange.
You found it?
It's 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 20 seconds in.
Oh, perfect.
It's a strange choice for the dub to just
1 hour and how many minutes in?
1 hour, 6 minutes, and 20 seconds.
That's it.
Oh, found it.
I got it playing right now.
Found it.
Yeah. But yeah, at this
1 moment. Let me add it to the stage.
For some strange reason,
Is this it?
1 hour, 20 seconds, and 1 hour, 6
you
minutes,
actually
and 20
are a
seconds.
little bit before. You're like 30 seconds before, like after it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here, actually. Just be careful, with just letting it play.
Yeah, just pause it.
But it's really strange to me. Yeah, but then at the same time to, do the subtitles for the Japanese versions of these movies, for whatever reason, they're just dub titles.
Yeah, no.
And
like...
I know that right here.
Right there.
It's this scene, just a little bit before, but yeah, I don't know. I'm very scared about this film getting copyright struck. Copyright struck. Yeah, these two right here.
Those two right there.
Yeah.
Also, no, he doesn't. His only his headcanon that became.
Yap.
Get the hell out of here! Nobody cares. Yeah.
5L. Go read the novelization of Gojira.
It's a Commodore 5L that we've heard already.
But yeah, this scene, it's just, that is,
I'm just pausing it. I don't know if that's gonna keep it from being copyrighted.
I think, we got that scene, but like that scene is one of the more egregious ones.
I believe there are more across like the entire, especially it's prevalent in the Heisei English and Millennium releases. Like, it's very egregious. There are so many mistranslations.
Yeah, no, there is a good.
That's like
this is one of those reasons. This is one of the big reasons why I want a GMK 4K re-release. Similar to what they did with Shin and what they're doing, I think, with Versus Destroya. If I remember correctly,
I don't know if Versus Destroya is getting that 4K out here in the States.
But I want GMK to do it. One, because
I know some accurate translation Blu-rays exist in some closed circles of the communities. I'm actually not allowed to say where you can find them.
Well, they'll snipe you.
Yeah. Snipe.
Not the YouTube ninjas. Just like people who don't who keep to themselves.
Yeah, which I'll respect.
But yeah, they exist, and it's just one of those things that is really unfortunate because the rest of this, it's such an odd blurb that really, if it was accurately translated, it would have just made the film even more potent.
Yeah, no. Even with the translation issues, I guess we can get into the story now. It really, story-wise, it doesn't really have that many problems. Also, real quick, I love this Godzilla vs. Destroya novelization and a GMK one.
We're talking about the 54 novelization. You don't listen to people.
Read 54's novelization.
Read, you troglodyte.
But, yeah, no, also, it'd be a good excuse to see GMK theatrically if it did get a 4K re-release. This is one of the movies I want to see at G-Fest.
I would eat that shit up.
I wonder, like, how that would translate in 4K, like, maybe, like...
Yeah, honestly, I'm a little worried, because I feel like if it's that high def, the CGI models might just become a little, like, glaring.
Yeah, I'm kind of, like, wondering about that.
Granted, that's also something that's, like... It comes with the time, so it's like...
Yeah, I mean, true, but that's also, true. Like, that doesn't change, whether or not it could still look off. Let's just say.
I think it's. I guess that kind of just. I mean, it depends, really. I mean, Jurassic Park looks fucking immaculate in its 4K.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, there's some movies that, older movies that were translated well in 4K, and then you have some, like, Aliens that did the AI enhancements.
The entire Showa era is translated beautifully
into 4K, and then Destroya is getting a 4K.
Which, dude, the wires are going to be so visible.
I don't mind it. I mean, with it, no. But, like, let's get back to the story. I mean, story-wise, it kind of speaks for himself. You can tell where Takashi Yamazaki said this is his favorite Godzilla movie and that it was an inspiration for -1. You can absolutely see that.
Yeah, because the movie gets a lot of does all pretty much almost, if not every element that it sets out to pull off. Like, really, it does it really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess, like, now I did mention that there's like at least one thing in the movie that I am a little bit mixed on in terms of, like, the execution. It kind of involves the old guy who is, like, later revealed to have just been a ghost the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
If he was like a ghost the whole like, I guess it just kind of makes it to where the fantasy element in that front is, like, a bit too vague in terms of, like, how was he able to be, like, put it, like, the police even acknowledged that he was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hence why they brought him in. So how could that be the case if he was a ghost? Like, it's a bit too, like, it's a bit too, like, vague and, to where it becomes a bit flimsy on that, which is kind of a shame because the fantasy elements, beyond that, still work pretty well.
There is a possible explanation, which is that she never noticed that she went to the ghost police.
No, I think an attempt is communicated when he just disappears at multiple occasions, and he's observed, like, every time. The film, like, attempts is showing that he is connected to the to these monsters, in the fact that he shows up before every single one of them, like, makes their first appearance. So it's clear that he's tied to them in some way. And
I pretty much get that. I'm just, like, wondering, like, how he could have like, how, like all of, like, Yuri's interactions with him are pretty much from a distance or behind a piece of glass, so she's not, like, directly, in contact with him. But how could, like, if he was sort of, like, taken in by police, as they say, when Yuri was going to meet him, how is that possible if he's not supposed to be, like, a corporeal spirit?
So I think Sea Monster, that might be a cultural thing, because to my understanding, if he's a ghost in the Japanese sense, I believe that, in, like, for example, Japanese ghost stories like yokai and all that, they do take some sort of physical form.
Yeah.
And this is a Japanese ghost story, so he is more physically present and tangible in the world than what we understand as, like, a European and a Western ghost.
Or like a demon or something.
Which don't really have a physical body.
Unless they possess a physical body.
Yes, but I think that's the difference.
Yeah, that's generally it. Like, Japan it's really just the cultural difference, because, I mean, you see a very similar thing with an actual ghost story in The Ring, if you compare how he acts to someone like Sadako. Sadako still has that physical body, still can interact physically. She just has other capabilities alongside that.
All right.
But yeah, no.
Yeah, I did think the movie probably could have been. I guess maybe there was like a way for the movie to make it just a little bit more clear, but at least
it's. I don't think that's exactly like.
I don't really think
of
that's
it,
a problem.
considering that this is a Japanese film made for a Japanese audience, and
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's. I think it's best to chalk it up to something like cultural difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since it is very much this film is a Japanese ghost story.
Yeah. Like by all metrics, it is a ghost fantasy fairy tale story. Like
I mean, obviously, this is a topic that we can save for later. But like, what videos on GMK have you watched of Minecraft? As far as
Big Action Bill's video, a lot of like the stuff I'm talking about when we get to the production, a lot of my stuff is coming from the Godzilla: The First 70 Years book.
Yeah. For me, Big Action Bill, I rewatched the Conoco debate, 1 out of sheer curiosity, 2 because I like to torture myself, and 3 because I think some springboarded topics would be interesting. And then I wanted to watch your essay, but I got distracted. So,
yeah. Just supports everyone else, but one of our friends. I see how it is, Minecraft.
No. Even then, I supported Zim.
But yeah,
I see how it is.
So I guess what's next?
Action. One more thing before we get to the production, but let's get to the action.
It's good.
Yes.
The action and the monsters are just okay. We'll talk about the designs in a bit, but oh man, these are just genuinely some of the best fight sequences in the franchise. Yeah. The Baragon fight is one of my favorite Godzilla fights, period.
Yeah, like Baragon, like just being essentially an underdog, like just doing his best, despite his size.
I call this film. I've heard this film called Monster Bullying Simulator.
That's not wrong.
No, because Godzilla is just curb stomping everyone.
Yeah.
Movie with like Baragon, which he just stomps into the ground. And Mothra just getting so much karma in this movie for all the things that she did to Godzilla.
Mothra gets her ass fucking annihilated in this thing. At least Baragon did something.
Yeah, like even though he was like had his like his fights like being recorded for TV, almost like it's World Star happening.
Yeah, no, that's part of.
Actually, that's what Baragon screamed when he lunged at Godzilla.
World Star. Actually, no. Actually, more appropriately, considering he jumps around and tries to jump at Godzilla and all that, do flips like a WWE match.
Godzilla tortured Baragon.
Kinda.
Godzilla smiled when he bit into Ghidorah.
That's the stupid one.
That's the stupid one.
That's the stupid one. But oh man, the Baragon fight is kind of one of my go-to examples when writing the kind of like dog-like scrappy underdog creature. It's that and Nemesis versus Scryon in Project Mygo. Because both of those fights are very, very similar. It has that like scrappy dog-like creature going up against this powerful threat. They have an advantage at first, and then they just get their ass handed to them.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. And then you have the whole finale in Yokohama, which is like, I'd say Mothra's battle is where it slows down a little bit, and I think that's partially because of the nature of Mothra as a character and the puppet.
Which,
and even
I've gone into in the Mega Gear stream how Mothra just is not a interesting opponent for Godzilla. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, and then
that's kind of like the brief scuffle with Godzilla, where Mothra's like trying to scratch at him. That's where the choreography is like at its weakest.
Yeah,
the thing is, if she always gets nerfed because she was supposed to be bigger than him. If she was bigger, it could be more interesting. But also, like the puppeteering, you will need to make it interesting without just giving her like bullshit powers. Is very, very complex, and I understand why they can never pull it off.
I honestly would like to see a version of Mothra that, along with her, like fly, doing like flybys, like like just like attacks to like knock enemies down, or shooting like webs from her mouth, to also like do the whole poison. What I assume it would have to be like poison darts, like shooting from her thorax.
They are poison darts.
Yeah, like I kind of would like to see that, like her to like more versions of Mothra, do some kind of like a mix of that, so that Mothra would at least have like more abilities, like because if she's not like physically imposing, like she would at least like make up for it with like attacks from a distance, essentially.
The problem is that also she's always made to be like this almost like feminine good lady fucking monster type. Like she never is allowed to actually be like an actual bug. Like bugs are fucking disturbing. I'm just saying, like if she started like just like eating his spines and shit, and just like you see how she like grabs him and starts trying to eat him like a fucking mantis, that will be so fucking fucked up.
I want to talk about like
Godzilla, you could be like a legit risk if she has like big enough mandibles for that, but they never have the balls to do something like that. So they
I do
just
want to
make
like
her.
address. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just going to finish. They just make her be that kind of like angelic type in a way. I mean, not angelic, like necessarily like as in biblical all the time. Even if King of the Monsters kind of like tries to kind of do that sometimes. But yeah, they just try to make her like pure for some reason.
I kind of appreciate the detail where the guardian monsters, they're more about like protecting the land, because like more than anything, like the sacred ground. Because like when you have like these current generations of people who don't really respect the past all that much, like one of them breaking a statue, or the bikers like breaking a statue, or
You have the teenagers in like Akeda, which Jesus.
using using one of the statues as like a weight to drown a dog. Like the guardian monsters, they don't put up with that shit. Like Baragon kills them, or maybe like you could say like maybe Baragon, like since Godzilla's emerging, he's like sort of like trying to like moving along there. Like it's sort of debatable, but Mothra definitely was out for retribution.
Oh, absolutely.
In her case. And meanwhile, Ghidorah's just kind of sleeping in ice.
Yeah, no,
not too different from Kadam.
Yeah, now I would say Ghidorah here makes up for every single fault that Mothra brought. Even if, no, I like the design. It's like, we'll get to the designs later, but
I mean, Ghidorah pretty much sleeping in ice. I mean, you have like the third guy who tries to kill himself by using using like the statue that correlates with Ghidorah as like as a stand to try to hang himself, but obviously, I mean, the guy that just kind of results in the guy just like finding Ghidorah and then just. I guess you could say, like, even though Ghidorah was asleep, the fact that it just opened up beneath him, and so the guy, like, the guy gets terrified just because of the fact he sees a three-headed dragon in ice. Like,
Zim's not I'm sorry, Andrew, Zim's not a bad guy. Like, is it because of his takes or what? He's not that bad of a dude.
Yeah, I've seen, like, something like that from him in the chat yesterday. I don't know what. Yeah, I'm confused.
It's just like, but Ghidorah here, I mean, what's to say about Ghidorah? It's different in a way that I think works almost beautifully. You can tell that it's Varan, and I think it would have made more impact if it was Varan, because Ghidorah is jarring in this instance.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't say Ghidorah's like even that jarring as is jarring. Like away from a move from tradition, absolutely, because Ghidorah we often know as like a villain. Well, Godzilla is either like a hero or the lesser of two evils in a particular conflict. But like the dynamic as far as like Godzilla and Ghidorah always being like at odds with each other, like Ghidorah being like his most potent rival between like a set of monsters essentially, like you have like if you have like a set of monsters like between Ghidorah, Mothra, and any number of monsters you can think of that Godzilla fights, Ghidorah would obviously would be the one to give him like the most trouble out of them for one reason or another, and this film does pretty much stay true to that.
I think the only other monster that gives Godzilla trouble to that extent is Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just talking about I'm just like talking about like between Ghidorah, Mothra, and another monster like Baragon.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely be getting more into that with the next two films, but yeah, no, it's like, yeah, and
design-wise, though, I just wanted to say it because I think it's one of the only negatives in the movie. I really don't like how stubby and short the necks of Ghidorah are, because it feels more than ever like it's some guy with his arms on the necks. It looks very ugly to me. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I think the idea was to communicate that this Ghidorah is a teenager.
Yeah, no, it's young.
Like
this is a very young creature. Well, let's get into the designs now that we're at that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just, I don't know, on one hand, I like...
Wait, who's watching? Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah. You were saying, Kurt?
So this design, I think, is, like, no notes all around, really good, outside of my, like, peak tisms. Ears and fangs, people.
I think the fangs it still has the fangs.
No,
right?
it has fangs. No, yeah, never mind. But, ears. He looks
that head design carries that design overall, though.
Yeah, but I'm really not a fan of the broken neck.
Yeah, it's supposed to be hunched, and you can absolutely tell. I think the spine shape is what really... Like, it's the head, the spine shape.
The spine shape is great. I love the weight of this Godzilla. Even when he's running, he feels like this mountain barreling towards you.
Like he's an elephant just charging.
I know a lot of people have issues with the pot belly. I actually don't mind that in context, because I interpret that as like there's so many ghosts inside of him. It's literally filling him to the brim.
He's bloated.
I mean, Godzilla's always been usually chunky anyway.
Yeah, Godzilla's always been kind of fat.
Yeah, he's been a bit of a chunky boy. Tail looks neat. The feet are phenomenal. The feet are also just...
He started looking like Godzilla from Squidward when Squidward was in that episode.
What I was going to say is, it's weird that I dislike the Ghidorah neck so much, but I like the shape of this one. It has like a weird deformed S curve that I just love.
It's more like a backwards S curve.
Exactly. Yeah.
Describing it as deformed, that works perfectly, because obviously this is a ghost. This isn't a naturally occurring animal.
It's weird because also on occasion, I think it really depends on, because in some of the production stills, the neck looks fine. So it's really like when he's
depending on the angle.
No, it's depending on the angle. It's depending on where the head is angled.
Yeah,
I guess
and also it's the fact that the head,
I have Wikizilla pulled up. So
I guess how they
the immediate head and the cheeks are they form a very round shape, and then the neck at one point just goes like straight into the shoulders, right? And that combination is like a circle and then just like a straight line. I don't know. I like it. I love it actually. And the fact that the SH figures, Mothra's figure can replicate that's why it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, no, I'm getting the Haya. I think the Haya can do it too. So
also,
it's less pronounced, but
Minecraft. I'm sending you something on Discord really quick because I just need to bring up this image.
All right.
This godlike image from the production.
Yeah, let me... This... I mean, I'd be terrified too, walking up to that.
He just is like, Godzilla looks as confused as like the child.
Oh
I love
god.
to eat the baby.
I think Kaneko said
There's
that
my buyer.
I love like Kaneko. I love how Kaneko was during the production of this film said, maybe I went too far with this design. Nah.
No.
Nah. I mean, the motherfucker already blew Kyoto up in his prior kaiju movie. It's like
No, this man can get unhinged, and I love it.
exactly.
Yeah, like the first time Godzilla uses his atomic breath, it results. We don't even see the beam, but rather we see like a mushroom
bomb.
cloud from a
The bomb,
distance.
and then once we do see the beam at the Baragon fight, it's given all the reverence possible.
It's just like, oh,
I
he
love
did
the-
that.
Okay, now the charge up for this beam, since we're gonna get onto designs and like production last.
Yeah.
The charge up for this beam. Not only
Yes.
the spines actually move.
Yeah, no, they did.
They go upwards, not like jut out, but like they literally tilt upwards when he's about to fire. But I want to specifically talk about all the effects going out around the mouth,
Mhm.
because this might just be to some older videos I've seen, but it looks like he's literally gathering souls to like energize the blast.
No, yeah, you can hear him inhale.
In like the same way like Minus does, which is a horrifying sound.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like that.
Also, this snarl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it.
And then the beam, when the beam fires, you can feel the kickback.
Like you
That's
can,
what-
it registers a shockwave when it shoots. Like you see a loop blast out of his mouth.
Yeah,
when
you
it
see like
fires.
the camera shakes and there's a blur going on when the atomic breath like makes impact.
Right there, like
I've
boom.
always
right there.
wanted to see a Godzilla that shoots an atomic blast so powerful that he's genuinely being pushed back by the force.
Yeah, like he has to. I'm just imagining he has to physically dig his toes and slam his tail into the ground just to do it.
We kind of actually see that in Final Wars when he like stamps both feet into the ground, literally uses his tail to stabilize when
Yeah,
hitting the But I always took that more as him like hyping himself up.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's like he knows that there's like a big comet or something coming to Earth, and he's like, "All right, I'm ready to blow this."
Literally
motherfucker up."
literally kind of the idea of like stretching or cracking your knuckles before a fight.
also, he's aiming for Baragon's groin.
That's so cheap.
I just realized
That is unnecessarily cheap and yet perfectly in character.
that's not even
He's just
intentional.
he's just a freaking wrestling heel. He's just an asshole.
He's just a bastard.
It's right there. Like,
You know,
Like
it
I
reminds
said,
me of
That is the
South
cheap.
Park
Like I
episode.
said,
That's
I
such a
believe
cheap
it's his-
shot. Imagine like someone just nuking your balls, literally.
it's a
you know,
cheap shot, but it works perfectly for
Oh,
him.
that's why Baragon hasn't been seen.
but you got.
since.
But like I kind of said earlier, this Godzilla has like the cruelty and like the suffering of all the people that got suffered by Japan in World War II. So it makes sense he does shit like this.
Exactly.
Just
But
taking
you
it out
know
on
what it
anything.
reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of. Do you guys know that episode of South Park where when Butters takes a sniper rifle for the first time in his life, and he just so happens to always shoot the police in the dick? Always, and he tries to shoot them in the head to kill them, and he just always aims for the dick by accident. To the point that Cartman is like, "Dude, I'm not working with you anymore. You're sick. You disgust me." Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna come right out and say, getting hit between the legs is the worst possible spot to get hit
Of course.
because that's the most sensitive part of the body.
Yeah, like them just casually swinging but into your thigh by accident, would hurt. Is gonna hurt like a bitch.
Don't care what is down there. It's gonna hurt.
No, I know people who can attest to that. Like
Yeah,
both men and women, you get hit down there. Oh god, you're like down there for a while.
yeah. No,
You're feeling it.
it's
Yeah,
not.
no, it's not fun.
No.
But yeah, speaking of Baragon, this is the definitive Baragon to me. I like the show one,
It
but
looks like a dog.
it is. It literally does. It looks like a dog, and that's why it works perfectly.
That's why they even make a comment where it's like, "Oh yeah, he looks cute," you know.
No, like I love that scene because it's like two very polar opposite reactions. It's so but like, look at him.
Shout out to Rie. Shout out to Rie Ota, immortalized forever with the. Also, like, apparently it wasn't just her. I actually got to meet her. And
Nice.
at G-Fest 2024. And and I got a picture of Baragon signed by her. But it wasn't just her the background noise.
Sorry.
But when it comes to like it, yeah, this Baragon design, I think it's a pretty good upgrade to the original suit.
Yeah.
It's very cutesy, and at the same time it works. And Ryota immortalizes this forever with the obligatory just
the behind the scenes thing.
I
And
kind of like when Baragon was like plowing through like the police, at the police station. He, right before this shot, like he's like just like swatting at like the two guys that are in the cell. Like he's a cat.
Yeah,
like a cat and a
just look at
dog
this.
mixed into one.
Look
He's
at
like
this beautiful face. He's so cute.
It's like dog and cat software with synapsid hardware.
Exactly.
And not only that, but the roar, I feel this is such a good roar for him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
because I think the Showa era one, like
the Showa era one, was just a remixed Godzilla roar. This made it its own thing.
This gives him his own identity.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like he actually really does not feel like a Godzilla clone, which I think like wasn't the original idea for Frankenstein Conquers the World to be Godzilla? Wasn't that?
Yeah, no, it was. It was originally Frankenstein versus King Kong. Toho got the rights. It was going to be Frankenstein versus Godzilla, but Toho couldn't get the rights to Frankenstein, so they pit Frankenstein against an original creature once they eventually did get the rights, and they did King Kong versus Godzilla instead.
Yeah, that is such a mess. And
but
to go back to the whole Rie Ota's performance, not only being the first woman to do a kaiju for a Godzilla film, the first woman suit actor was actually Gamera in Guardian of the Universe. And even then, she was still doing her own roars. And like we have some footage of the behind the scenes of Guardian of the Universe. I'm surprised you don't know this, Minecraft. But
I didn't know this until now.
But it wasn't just her doing this. The suit actor for Godzilla and Ghidorah was doing this as well. They were all doing their own roars, which just makes me think back to Ewan McGregor doing similar stuff with lightsabers in The Phantom Menace, which they had to edit out.
But yeah.
Baragon climbs up on the cliff and says, "It's over, Godzilla. I have the high ground."
Oh shit. Oh shit.
This
right to the balls.
Just he keeps hitting me in the dick. Why? Why does he keep hitting me in the dick?
Oh, shit. This is the face of someone who's just like, fuck.
Balls.
I'm about to die.
Aki.
But that scene when like he first like is go back to the one titled Baragon Emerges.
Where is it?
Yes. This is just a reaction image.
Yes.
He looks disappointed.
No.
Yeah, like police just
No,
pointing
he
at
looks.
Godzilla. What are you gonna
He just
do?
looks like He looks like he just woke up and is seeing a funny meme. It's like you could see that smile on his face.
Yep.
What?
It's so cute. I love. Like I said it. This is
What?
Oh, right here.
When Baragon gets sent flying, it's
I
like
love it.
before they do
Baragon
some of the
goes
post-
wee.
before they do some of the post effects in like post, some of these scenes look really funny. Like when Godzilla gets hit by Ghidorah's force field, there's a GIF of that's circulating online.
It's a reverse tail slide.
It's not just that he's hanging out in the air above the water for a bit before the GIF ends, and it's really funny because he's just like on a pendulum.
Yeah, where's some more good images of Baragon? And there's this one, this boy.
That's
It's
a cool
so
shot.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at like pre-production image. Oh, here's the suit in full. Yeah,
Very
no,
nice.
that Baragon looks
I
great.
really like the kind of brick red.
Yeah, no,
Hey.
the brick red Baragon really made his own in this film, and I'm so happy about that. I mean, like,
Oh, yeah.
dude's one of my favorite kaiju dude's one of my favorite Godzilla kaiju because of this movie, and because of the Baragon fight. Period.
And his name never even makes it in the title.
Poor fucker.
You know what would be
poor
really
fucker.
sad if we get like fucking Ghidorah from Final Wars before we actually get a figure for him. You know, like the shittiest designs you can think
Wow,
of. Like
a movie monster series of Ghidorah already exists. We don't have a 2001 Baragon that you don't have to cut off a limb to buy.
Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? I remember
I
that
have
there's
a movie
like a really
monsters
good
Ghidorah from Final
X
Wars.
Plus model kit, like
Yeah.
very very old, and yeah, that's super expensive.
Yeah.
Aya, Monster Arts. You know what to do.
How about,
Hiya.
instead you get Godzilla Eva Unit 1?
I mean, that is really good though.
No, that is pretty cool. I
I'm
will
a
say.
big-
Yeah, like
honest,
super awesome.
I don't know if it's just me, but I don't fuck with it.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm expecting Haya to do it because, for one, we just got GMK, and for two, Haya does a lot of the characters that not everyone expects. I mean, just look at their MonsterVerse line. So, yeah.
What worries me about that is that they always go for a Ghidorah, you know.
I mean,
So
We don't
it's
have
right
an
there.
articulated GMK Ghidorah though.
Yeah,
so,
No, I get that, but I would like
hey,
Baragon
if we get that, that's still a step in the right direction. So, like, GMK Ghidorah, GMK Ghidorah, then maybe Mothra, then Baragon. So that does the entire roster.
Yeah, where
But
But I want Baragon
babies.
first. I want Baragon first. Why?
It also GMK Ghidorah is, I think, one of the most requested kaiju figures. Period. At least,
people like this design.
we'll get we'll get to that design in due time. But Mothra, this is the only design of the trio that in this film that I'm not really a fan of.
Yeah, me neither.
Me neither.
I'm not crazy. It's very clearly a prototype for the design that dropped 2 years later.
Yeah, Tokyo SOS and then Titanus Mothra would do this better.
I'm trying to
I would say.
remember what
Yeah.
my thoughts were with when I said in my essay video about this particular Mothra design. If I even said anything, but I guess I'm in the minority here. I'm fine with it.
I will
Like,
say,
Oh
I
no,
will-
it's
I
not
do
that
like I do like that she looks insectoid, but I also really like the purple eyes.
Yeah, no, the purple eyes looks
I
cool.
think the colors are some of the. It's basically like the best part of it because it's so unique. But at the same time,
I think
yeah,
the
I also like
colors-
the insectoid, but the way they went about the insectoid part is what I don't really like.
No, I like
It looks too stiff.
the colors. Here's the thing: the prop is stiff. The actual CGI model, I feel, is fluid enough for the time. To me, I think it's less. The colors are fine. The overall shape is fine. It's the texturing. I think that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, the
Or
texture, for
actually-
example, in the white part of the wings, I don't really like it. For example, that's something that I actually dislike. I don't know why. And she looks very. I don't know.
Also, hang on. I just realized something. I think I think another thing that I've just now caught on to. Give me just a sec. She is, I think she looks almost skeletal, and you want to know why I think that is?
Why?
The white legs.
Yeah.
She's like the 2002 Mothra does not have her legs are
Brown.
like, yeah,
her legs are more brown, matching
significantly-
the underside of her belly, and just the general fur pattern similar to the Showa design, because I think that is in universe that's supposed to be the Mothra that appears in 1961.
I think so, yes, but yeah, I think it's that, and also because the brown. So I think if they did that, I think it might help the design a lot more. But that might have been done as a design decision, so that way you could tell where the legs are during the night sequences.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
also one of the things that makes her look skeletal. Ironically, something that skeletons don't really have all that much, but it's a little bit too curvy because there's like bulbs all over her, like on the wings, like
Another thing
around
I'm
the eyes.
noticing, her antenna are also white. I have the design, like the
Yeah.
2002 design pulled up right next to this. I'm noticing the blue is unique to this one, which I think is interesting. This design is actually very different now that I compare them side by side.
Yeah.
I don't really know if I agree with the notion of it being a prototype. There's like no brown at all, and I think that's kind of giving it an almost skeletal appearance.
Yeah, no. It looks. The thorax looks fine. I like the stinger. I think. Yeah, It really is. It really is the texturing, and I think some of the coloring.
I gotta head out here, guys. I'm gonna go
all right.
for my birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday!
It was technically yesterday, but I'm doing
happy
something
birthday,
out.
dude.
My family going to go out and eat the Texas Roadhouse. But thanks for letting me have me on here. It's been like I said, since 2024 since I've been on here.
Yeah, no.
Done one of these.
Yeah, no, and I knew you were interested because obviously you said this was your favorite and your first. So
yeah.
Vic, are you still in the chat? Feel free to join.
But peace out, y'all.
See you.
Peace. Yeah, Vic, come on, so that you can just talk shit about Conoco not liking 98. We dare you.
And then get clowned on.
Get clowned.
Yeah. It really is the texturing and some of the coloring. The wings look fine. The thorax looks fine. The head is generally okay. It's the legs and feather. It's the legs that really don't help it.
Yeah, I think it really is the legs, and also I think it might be their posture and the length, because these legs are long.
Yeah, it's more wasp-like because Tokyo SOS.
They look creepy as hell.
Yeah, Tokyo SOS has the legs folded up. Same with Titanus.
I think, but even then, like these legs are folded up. Like, look, they are.
Yeah, no, they are. It's just it's
still
not
absurdly long.
It's too long. It's too skinny. I mean, they look like actual moth legs, kind of, without the fluff.
Yeah.
Does Tokyo SOS have some fluff on the legs too?
No.
I know Titanus does.
No.
I know Titanus. Really?
2003 does not have any fluff on her legs. I think this is all going to be very interesting when I design Mothra, but
yeah.
I think
because I know Showa had fluff on her legs, if I remember correctly.
Which suit?
Check 90.
Yeah,
check 60.
Check
61 and 64.
Showa Mothra.
So
I'm gonna Mothra 1961. No.
And then I know Rebirth had some fluff on a majority of the suits, and Gemini has.
I actually a bit, yes.
Okay, for both of them.
That's the 64 suit, and
or the 64 puppet. We call them suits for streamlining. They're puppets, but yeah.
Yes, both of them. Actually, I think it's the same. I think it's the same puppet.
Really?
I think. I don't know exactly.
I don't think you,
Really? Because I remember seeing subtle differences in some shots. I might need to look into that, but
No, I think the head on 61 is different from 64 at least.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because like the head looks different.
Okay.
But yeah, so the lack of fluff definitely doesn't help it, and I think Tokyo SOS masks it by having the legs being the same color as the underside. I know Titanus has fluff. At least I'm sure she does. But
it's fluff, but it's like way more subtle.
It's more subtle
it's
fluff,
like
but
very
it's still
thin.
It's thin. It's subtle fluff, but it's there, and even then, her legs are hidden away, so you don't really see it.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah, I'm not the largest fan of this design. I'll see what I could do with it, but we'll figure it out. And then finally,
now, King Ghidorah.
The Golden Shower Boy.
I actually have
One
some.
thing.
Oh,
sorry, no. Just one thing that I do want to say that I do like is that this is the second version of it, because for most of the movie he has his wings folded because he cannot fly yet. I think that's it. He cannot fly.
Yeah.
Didn't unlock that skill tree yet.
I actually have some reverence for this design because my second kaiju figure was the Playmates 2001 King Ghidorah. That was actually before I even watched the movie.
Yeah, it's not until he gets a power boost from Mothra and that little piece of stone that falls out of Yuri where he's able to fly.
I think this works for the same reason Cretaceous Ghidorah works, where it looks young. Like you can tell it looks young. That's why I don't mind the shorter necks or smaller wings. In fact, I actually really like the wing shape.
To be fair, on my side, I never thought of this one. I mean, I know that he had been hurt and that he supposedly had to grow more heads, but it would take like a couple thousand years for him to actually get there. So he only has 3. But I never related it to like him being young, just him not healing completely from whatever happened to him because he was like punished or something, right? I think that was kind of the idea, that he was punished for some bad thing he did.
Like the guardian monsters were taken down by ancient humans, and their souls were sealed away in stones. So, and they were reawakened when the stones were broken, if I'm remembering that. No, yeah, that is what happened. But
and another good thing that I actually do like is that the legs look really short, which makes it more believable when he flies.
Yeah, like they look small. They look small and draconic.
Yeah, I think one thing that I really like about this is the texturing and the head shape.
Yeah.
My favorite Ghidorah is still Monsterverse. But after that, Showa, and then this one. And I think, it's got all the hallmarks of Ghidorah. I really like them reusing the Varen head. I think it gives a really unique,
So I believe Varen was the sculptor's favorite.
Yes, he was. Varen was the creator. I think he was the
Stop. 05, stop. Stop bitching about the roster, please. Yeah.
I think at this point, just ignore him. But yeah, I think
it also not only does it resemble Varen, I think it works because it also resembles depictions of Eastern dragons.
Yeah, it does actually. I outside of missing Western, but I think one of the biggest things for me, and this is why Monsterverse is my favorite, the wings. I am always because like these just and this is especially apparent on Grand King Ghidorah. I think this one not as much because we don't see this Ghidorah fly that often.
Mhm.
But at least in this image, his wings look very small.
Yeah. No, like the wings generally are pretty small. Granted, I'm okay with it in this instance because, again, he's not fully grown. He's not as powerful, so he hasn't really had time to develop.
Fair.
But with Grand King Ghidorah, it's a bit weird because that is a fully grown King Ghidorah.
Minecraft, I wanted to ask you something.
What?
Do you have any pictures of the wingless version? It's not wingless, but I don't know how to describe it. The closed wings.
Let me see. Let me go through the production images and see if I can find them.
I'm just curious if maybe there's any other differences besides the wings that maybe you don't really notice in the movie. Just to be sure.
I think it's just the wings. That's post-production. That's posters. We'll look at the posters later. I think here. I think it's literally just the wings are closed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, here's a good look at the design. I like the heads a lot. Like they look like what you would think of as a traditional art piece for a Japanese dragon or like an East Asian dragon. And it looks like Varin. So you can tell. And, yeah.
Something I'm noticing here with the wings, the shoulders are way more defined than they are in the final part. To the point where in the final version of him, you cannot really tell that part is supposed to bend, because of course that's like a fixed pose for the wings. But yeah, when he folds it, you can see like that more bird-like
you can
shape.
see those shoulders. And
Yeah,
then,
exactly.
Where's the shot?
It's so interesting. We never see that.
Here, no,
ever.
I found the full body. Here.
Ooh.
Here's the suit. Yeah.
This is the first Ghidorah that had shoulders. If you like, pretty much, right?
Yeah, no.
Kind of, yeah.
No, yeah, it did to my recollection because Heise didn't have them. Showa didn't have them. Kaiser, I don't think had them. I know Titanus did. Void obviously doesn't, but yeah. And then you have this, just genuinely one of the best shots in the franchise. Holy hell!
Also the music, like don't forget the choir. Sho Otani just killed it.
Ko Otani. I mean, it's the same guy.
Otani,
it's the same guy who did the Gamera trilogy and Shadow of the Colossus. I think. No, yeah, that was him.
Mm-hmm.
That was him who did Shadow of the Colossus. I have not played that game, but I know it's him.
And now you never will, because the studio got closed. Fuck you, Sony.
Of all times to learn it. God damn it.
I hate Sony.
Hold on.
I mean, there are ways. You just have to say,
"Yar har fiddle being a pirate is all right with me. Doing what
exactly.
The pirate is free. You are a pirate."
Yeah,
When
it comes to the CGI, I think when it comes to the CGI, Ghidorah is just the best. Well, the best one, like without question. Like this looks good. Well, come the fuck on! Wow. Yeah.
I mean, I do think that when Godzilla is swimming, because
was that a smoke alarm beep I just heard?
Oh yeah, like the children are trying to start, like a revolution down there. I don't care.
So they're doing it underground. Is there a railroad too?
Yeah, I have some opera tunnels.
No! Carl!
Wait. Hold on. I got the perfect thing to just add on to this. Where is it? There it is. Listen, if you just need some help, I can just Did it even pick up?
Yes, it did.
Oh, see, guys, you can see Godzilla. He's smiling in this shot.
Oh
right?
wow, yeah. Wait, hold up. This one might be. Is this one better for that?
This is the production image.
Yeah.
No, I've seen this one fucking everywhere. Anyways, Lau, if you need any help, just hit me up and I can just. Fuck! It doesn't.
It picked up earlier.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then.
But yeah.
You're telling Loud that you can just fuck?
Yeah, if you're not a girl, sorry.
Shit. Here he is on the flying rig. That looks
They
cool.
put me in the air anymore. They took my wings. I can't have shit in Detroit. I don't know. There's something about all the behind the scenes image when they're working with the suits that's always really funny to me.
Because these are big suits.
Oh no, they are.
Look at this.
Completely unrelated. But versus Biollante, the final form prop is fucking massive.
20 people had to move
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think it's more than 2 meters tall. What was it? Almost 3?
The mount, there are some images of it online. I'm sorry. I don't know if we'll ever get the chance to talk about this. So I just want to mention the prop work, because there are some props of this monster which are just horrifying.
Props of kaiju generally, which are absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Solid look. I'm probably once I design my take on Emperor Ghidorah for Godzilla Legacy, I wanna use this one as reference for part of it. Yeah. But shall we get to the behind the scenes?
Yeah, Lau, I'm sending you the final form of Biollante on the prop actually compared to people. I'm sending you what it looks like in DMs.
Yeah,
Oh.
let me just take a look. Yeah, his theme absolutely beautiful.
The music is
But let's start with the elephant in the room. These three.
okay. On one hand, I can understand wanting to use. Okay, here's the thing. I actually don't mind using Ghidorah here. I think he works due to the fact that they rework him to being Yamato no Orochi.
Mm-hmm.
He is canonically Orochi. And Baragon works. Mothra is the one that feels unnecessary to me.
I get that.
Yeah, like the fact that she's water, and it's like,
why
water.
is Mothra? Why is Mothra?
I mean,
Mondo was
to
right
be
there.
to be fair, guys, insects, some do grow. They lay their eggs on water, but those are mosquitoes. Those are not moths.
No, also allow dragonflies as well.
Oh yeah.
Some of those are tied to water, but yeah, actually, if you instead got rid of Mothra, Anguirus would have been the one they use, because if I remember correctly, they not only are these three make a trio, but they're also tied to specific elements.
Yeah, wind, fire, and ice, I think.
Yes, so Anguirus was the freezing monster, Baragon harnessed geothermal energy, and Varen was described as a wind monster.
Yeah, he was supposed to be white, I think.
Which is interesting. A white Varen. Taking note of that. But yeah, if honestly, Anguirus, Baragon, and Ghidorah would have worked, because that actually, like, I feel that works, because even in the, like, I don't know why Mothra, even in the film, feels like the odd one out.
I think I still would have replaced Ghidorah with Varan just to keep the design cohesion, because I think the quadrupedic aspect works.
I disagree with that, because I feel it would have made the final fight very kind of unbelievable if it was Varan by himself, unless he was scaled properly. Because
I think it probably would have been, if I remember the original script correctly. Also, that finale was going to be a 3v1. Like, Baragon was going to... Baragon was going to come back, join the other two during the confrontation, and help them out.
Okay, that's fair. But my other thing is that I feel like, in spite of how large it is, if these three were all still similar in size, granted Baragon is still the smallest of the three, I just feel like it would have been a little I don't.
Yeah, it's like how would you fight three dogs, right? Like, there's not much they can do. But if you want to make Varan like an iguanodon, where he can actually stand in two legs,
if you made Varan like something of like,
I think that's what I think they could have done, and then they also had the flying part, so that would have separated him from Anguirus and Baragon. Baragon's obviously burrowing. Anguirus is obviously ice stuff. I don't know if Baragon would have had the heat ray, but you probably could have justified him.
To be fair, he's kind of posed like Spider-Man, so I do think that he would have been able to, like, stand in two legs at some point.
Yeah,
like here, or even just he looks like super agile. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and then I'm also just gonna come right out and say it. This is my favorite Anguirus design. I love the spikes. I love the head shape. I love the tail club. Like that just, come on. I love the leg shape. I love the head, especially. It's just, this is my ideal Anguirus design.
He looks like a type of spiritual guardian with those shapes around the shoulders.
I think outside of I don't know why Baragon isn't doing it for me, but Anguirus and Varan actually look like, those Caesar statues.
Yeah.
Or like, not only that, but like also the like Chinese lion.
I think the thing with Baragon is because we actually see the finished design.
Well, also like the finished design is very close to this sculpt.
Yeah, I think the tail on the finished design is smaller than what we see here.
Yeah.
And we don't know if these other ones will have actually looked, like that as suit form. Because they all have like a concept, and then the suit looks very, very different. At least with Godzilla.
Here's a better look at the models themselves. Varan was obviously not supposed to be this color. I think that was just like for model purposes, but yeah. Baragon definitely has a shorter tail. I think it really is just the pose. But like I'm looking at this now. Varan would definitely be a lot more agile by nature, so you'd still be able to differentiate him from the other two.
He probably was who Mothra replaced.
No, Varan was who Ghidorah replaced.
Nah, never mind. What am I saying?
No, Anguirus was the one who was replaced by Mothra.
Yeah. Fair.
Then here's another magazine article with the statues. Another look at the Varan statue, Baragon statue. I think this is the one where the tail is. No, the tail is the same length. I'm trying to look at some other differences. I think the design generally stays the same. Oh, he looks a little pudgier too.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah, no, he's got like a very deep belly.
Yeah, no, yeah. And then here is here's the side-by-side comparison. I think this works perfectly. It's like Varan would be about here. Baragon is around here. So you'd be able to get away with a lot of different like size values, making them distinct. Obviously, like head on, low, high. And then Baragon obviously has his burrowing abilities, so there you go.
How would they have fit that person in this suit? Like, do you think that they had a way to actually, pull it off, or will this have been completely?
Jiger pulled it off. Jiger pulled it off back in.
Can you show me a picture of the OG Jiger? If it's not like a bother to do that, like so we can actually see how Anguirus could have potentially looked.
Minecraft tabs.
Listen, this is all of the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Show a Jiger. That's a rebirth. Right here. Jiger pulled it off.
Oh, I don't know if that body shape is comparable. Like the thing is, Anguirus. So the reason why this works is because the neck is horizontal, but Anguirus' neck is way too vertical for a human head to fit. I think that's why I'm saying that. I don't think he will have been able to pull it off as
They
a
probably
suit.
would have modified the designs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, because like these aren't the finished
version.
These aren't the finished designs. These are concepts, so they definitely would have modified it. And even then, we've come a long way from 1970 when Jiger was first used. So
All I'm saying is that the height will be reduced definitely because of the positioning of the neck.
Mm-hmm.
Or they would have
probably
done something, or they would have scaled up what they did for Baragon and maybe do something similar to what was done for the 2004 Anguirus suit.
Maybe.
Or you know what else they might have done, since they are the same people designing Godzilla. Maybe they were going to curve the neck a little bit, to give it a little bit of that S shape, so it will have looked taller on the head.
Yeah,
maybe they could have done that.
I prefer bulkier, more squat Anguirus designs. Think Nargigante, but bulkier. And I don't mind that. I don't like the Final Wars Anguirus, and we'll get to that once we get to Final Wars.
He looks way too fat.
It looks too pudgy.
Yeah, like he looks like he's on steroids. He shouldn't be able to move, I feel.
Yeah, it looks
he's the most mobile.
It looks way too pudgy.
But I guess I've always had a soft spot. I've always had a soft spot for Final Wars of Anguirus, but I guess I can kind of see what you mean by that, especially which is ironic considering that a lot of the other monsters, including Godzilla, they're meant to be more. How do I put
super
it?
mobile compared to
more
the
mobile. Yeah.
Yeah, no, even
I've always liked my roided out murder armadillo.
Yeah. Showa Anguirus.
The thing is, I feel like Singular Point pulls it off better.
Anguirus design bar none.
Yeah, no, this Singular Point and Raids Again are the definitive Anguirus designs for me in terms of body shape. Because they look bulky, yes, but they're not rotund.
I will literally burn a hospital if I had to, just for some god to give us a Singular Point Anguirus that's articulated. I will literally burn it and just hear the cries.
I want an articulated Singular Point Anguirus.
I could take or leave it because Singular Point is ass.
It's a good look. And then here we have the Godzilla model standing in, I believe, the intended position. It's not. It reminds me body position-wise a lot like Delgado's Godzilla artwork.
Which, that was the concept art for the 94 script, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Which, I like that look.
Yeah, it has a lot of those mannerisms, and but the head is hunched, the body's hunched over. How would they have pulled this off?
I don't know. I don't think they would have. They
maybe you put a weight, something really heavy on the base of the tail, maybe. But
or they would have had to make this, or they would have had to make the tail very stiff, and that just wouldn't have looked very good.
Yeah, no. Or you could have done a green blue screen or something, and then put a rig underneath.
Honestly, I think what we get in the final film was pretty much the best that they could have gotten.
That was the closest they could have gotten. But Yeah,
Which,
no,
I mean, we see that a lot in these movies. They do the best with what they have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the
but
finished
I
film is
think
still
Minecraft.
great as is. It's just looking at these
Yeah.
concepts.
But I think that what you're saying, Minecraft, is like they will have made like a green thing, maybe with wheels.
Yeah.
That's like really heavy, so that's the center of gravity, and the guy can just like walk wherever he wants. But maybe,
Yeah.
it probably just didn't work, or it was too much.
Yeah, and then this model from GFest 2012, this, I believe, is a
Oh.
fan model.
Yeah.
Obviously, Anguirus and Varan aren't exactly what they were supposed to look like, but like color-wise, but I mean, yeah, this is the basic general idea. I like this. This is pretty neat. Now on to the actual movie itself. Sizes. So yeah, elephant in the room. Godzilla was intended to be the largest thing possible in this film.
Yeah, which I think, I mean, yeah, just actually quote specifically, he quotes Ghidorah, three-headed monster, actually.
Yeah.
I wanted to portray Godzilla as the strongest villain of all, just like King Ghidorah was portrayed back in the 1960s. In my mind, the Godzilla of GMK is the King Ghidorah of Ghidorah, the three-headed monster.
Which you can absolutely tell with their mannerisms.
Yeah.
And that's part of why I think it's a little jarring, but even then, Ghidorah being young, it fits, it works.
Like, it works narratively. That's why I don't really mind changing Varen to Ghidorah, because, like, they just, you just so happen to already have a mythical Hydra?
Mhm.
How perfect.
Yeah. Like, Mothra doesn't bother me too much. It's the God of the Sea part that's weird, but Mothra
sense.
But Mothra being in this roster, I don't think is too bad because
She's kind of like a god always.
The role is essentially fit for her.
The biggest problem is the fact that they had to just give her like random powers, because I think Guru's right. They will never pull off like a Mothra fight that's like actually as interesting as some of the other guys.
I think they can. I think you can. You just gotta.
But they don't want to commit to make her actually like aggressive. They just want to keep her puffy. The thing they did in Haze, she looks like a fucking plushie. It's been only recently that she was allowed to be more savage in a way, and that's only because of the Monsterverse.
Lau, I recommend, and I guess to get some official material in here that I would recommend for you to kind of showcase what Mothra can do. I know you are in the process of probably moving right now, but I would really recommend that you get the Godzilla Legends Mothra Queen of the Monsters, a graphic novel with art done by Matt Frank, and I think Sophie Campbell as well.
Yeah, Sophie Campbell, I believe, wrote it.
Yeah, she's the writer. I think this helps a lot with making Mothra like a more combat minded, and in spite of the very fluffy design. And
is that the latest comic?
That's the one. That's the Mothra solo comic.
Okay, the one with Omega Gears, right?
Yes.
Which is
I want to read it actually. Yeah.
I can send you screenshots later, or not screenshots. I can send you pictures of the design.
Yeah. I think
I know it. Minecraft told me about it, and I had seen it. I had seen the announcements when it was about to come out, all of that. It's just that in movie form, I don't know if you will be able to pull some of the things you need for Mothra to do certain things.
I think you could pull it off.
You could you could
not necessarily with the suits. Exactly. Yeah, I think with CGI you can do anything, of course. But
you
nowadays
have this. You would have Mothra in order to get something to move like that. You have to make that either.
You have to make multiple puppets to do different things for different shots.
You'd have to make either multiple puppets if you were to do it practically, or you would have to make it CGI, or I don't know, make an animated thing.
But yeah, and Baragon size chart, Mothra, Ghidorah.
I
with-
really like this concept art for Ghidorah.
Yeah.
This is my first time seeing it, but I like it a lot.
Yeah, no, thank you, Wikizilla. And here it is with the wings folded. Yeah, he has prominent shoulders.
Here, he really does look like a little baby thing.
He does look like a baby.
He
But
looks pug-
Yeah.
he looks cute. And then cave concept art, which Jesus,
Yeah.
that looks awesome. And then Baragon at the police station concept art, and then Godzilla's heart.
Yep.
Which I will say that ending is absolutely fantastic.
no matter what, Japan is fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, it just
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day, one day it's gonna be gone.
but
As long as humanity lives with the power to destroy itself, Godzilla is immortal.
yeah, and then let's go through some production images if you guys want. Yeah, I have a lot of tabs.
How is your computer not exploding?
I have no idea, but yeah.
How is it exploding without using the best browser in the world, Opera GX?
Because Google's just like, give me your fucking RAM! Get away from me, you goddamn demon!
Yeah, with Opera you can modify that, and you can go to the code that Minecraft is going to put there to get a 5% discount on everything.
Now we're just
Wink.
sponsoring. Stop it, stop it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm joking.
Stop it! I'm not even monetized.
I'm joking.
Like, yeah, behind the scenes set images. That's a really cool set.
Yeah, it is. Zoom in, please. It looks almost like teeth.
It does. It does.
I
I believe this is them trying to make. Yeah, no, here's a better look at the set.
wonder how did they showcase him frozen? I wonder how that effect was done.
Oh, I'll see if I can find it. Baragon in the tunnel.
Why does that look like a thumbnail for like an analog horror video? Like someone's described someone like surmising
would
an analog horror story, and like here, like to the right, you would just have it captioned of like they ate him.
That would absolutely be an analog horror thumbnail.
No, or more like he ate them. Like
man in the
see
suit,
it.
man in the suit, Baragon. Shit.
Oh my god. Oh, Godzilla getting all
Touchy
like that.
feely.
Feely.
Yeah, there's this image that everyone's seen. There's the foot.
Yeah.
This
Poor
shot-
bastard who's like peeing in the urinal and then he gets stomped on.
That poor bastard. Go to the shop.
It's a meme. That's meme material right
Yeah,
there.
What I was going to...
There's something about this that's really funny to me.
It's Bambi.
It's the
Yeah.
Godzilla versus Bambi short.
Yeah.
One
This
thing I
guy-
did want to say is that the Ghidorahs in the ice might have been made with a miniature, maybe, if it wasn't like some special effects. It could have been a miniature.
They
I
could
think
have
it
done
was. I
something
don't
like-
know if Wikizilla has it. But yeah, here's the finale. Baragon stuff, promotional material, I believe. Rie Oda getting into the suit. Her head's tiny. Ghidorah suit. Godzilla, Ghidorah. He's just hanging there.
No, there's a gif of like them like making the entire city explode while he's just like on those wires, and it is really funny.
See if you could find it.
I don't know if I could. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I think this is them sculpting the suit.
Yeah. I know
Oh,
there's the scene.
shit, that's the one where the injury. That's where the injury is.
Yeah.
Hold on. It might be a GIF or something on like. Hold up. Because I know there's the one of him dancing.
Yeah,
Like, I'm just gonna send a few of them.
yeah. I'll open those up in a bit. Yeah, I'm just going through all these. Promotional material and blabbity bloop. Just. Oof. Yeah. Then we have screenshots of the film itself, post-production stuff. That's Mothra on display. Do we want to talk about the posters and DVD stuff?
Okay. Maybe this is just me. This one I don't really like.
That's a total L take. I'd have to say.
I don't like
vanished.
the use of the designs. Like, they make it the 90s Mothra design and then the classic Varagon suit, and then it's just like, it's so random.
Oh yeah, that's completely uncommitted. Yeah, that is.
Like at least this one. Now, this one I actually like a lot. Like Godzilla being just the biggest one by literally double the size of Ghidorah's render here, and it just in the background, really selling. He's the big one here.
You have this. I like that tagline.
Yeah, I think it's a little wordy.
It's wordy, but the title is wordy. Like, look at this title.
Fair enough. Also,
You know what? Actually, Kuro, you're right. I feel like this is one of those posters that's kind of like fake marketing because like Ghidorah being this big, it's kind of like when you see Godzilla like being, it's almost like the 2014 poster.
Yeah. So then here's the dancing GIF. That.
I love this one.
That's so funny. And
I
then-
can't find the one. I can't find it. I would have to ask Rick for it.
Yeah. And then there's this.
There's always something
Yoink!
really funny about them being behind the scenes in like footage of the suits.
Yeah, no, it's like because it is a suit. It's like a kid in costume or something.
That are just them just being just real dudes just fucking around on set.
It's funny. It's also even.
I wonder
funnier
if that was Robert
also even-
Englund.
Yeah, it's also even funnier that it's GMK Godzilla.
Yeah, like there's something so jarring about him just getting a little jiggy with it.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Predators in Predator 2, where you have like. Did you guys see that
This
video?
is the OG DVD cover that I have.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah. Every single major character is here.
And it looks
Giga Chad
beautiful.
Tachibana. Giga Chad Admiral Tachibana.
Right
Yep.
there.
You know, the funny part is that. You know, the funny part is that, like, I lost my words. Is that he was hired because Kaneko thought. This is something I don't think we actually went into. The whole, like, the reason Kaneko even made GMK to begin with was because the kind of rise in nationalism was bothering him. Like,
yeah.
I guess we'll go into it right now since, really quick, before I do, that X Plus Gigantic Series statue, I would kill someone to get this.
It looks immaculate.
I don't know. It's the style, it's the slight stylization. But
Yeah.
before we probably close the stream off, because I do want to talk about this.
Yeah, no, I want to go through the figures and you can talk about this too. Here's the NECA one. I've actually messed with this one.
Yeah, I actually have the Atomic Breath SH Monster Arts one. But So Shusuke Kaneko, when making this film, was really bothered a lot by a rise in Japanese nationalism that he had seen, and had very much disputed the idea. And one of this is reflected in him hiring what's his name to be that's reflected in him hiring the guy he plays. He has to be Admiral Tachibana, specifically because he thought he didn't look like the military type. And that's why, which is ironic because I think he looks the part completely.
He looks phenomenal. Here's the Haya.
Yep.
God,
I'm getting this thing. I know a lot of people. I know there are people who have issues with it. I am buying this thing. This looks awesome. And I need a GMK Goji. So.
But yeah, like that's reflected. And that's also literally the whole reason Godzilla comes back is because people want to forget what happened. It's in the film. And that's the whole reason Godzilla comes back is because they're trying to scrub this under everything that happened in the 50s, 40s, and 50s under the rug. Yeah. And the spirits of everyone who suffered from that, Japanese or not, does not want to be forgotten.
Yeah. Before we start closing this out, this was the figure I'm talking about. This was the first one.
Like, to kind of circle back to where we all started this, the fact that people don't know about this and then what said the stuff they said about -1 a few years back just fucking baffles me.
Yeah, no, it's like this movie is as subtle as the bombs themselves.
The Godzilla series, respectfully, and this is actually why I like this series, the Godzilla series is not subtle. It has all the subtlety of a sledgehammer to a landmine.
I would say a building to an atomic bomb.
Also, for the record, the actor for Tachibana, Admiral Tachibana, was Ryudo Uzaki.
Mm-hmm. He was a musician, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was an old Japanese.
Or blues?
He was an old he was part of an old classic J-rock band called Downtown Boogie Woogie or something.
Yeah. I love that.
I think I know what he meant when he said that he doesn't look like the military. Because if you think about this guy, compare him to the military in Heisei, for example, right? Which has a bunch of them.
Well, I think he worked the part just because the guy was able to hold himself and present himself in the perfect way. So I think it's less how you look and more just the energy you bring.
Yeah.
I've actually been meaning to listen to some of that guy's music. I wonder if I can find some of it online. Just think it would be funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's, I think, for bringing it full circle, this film it's good. It's just good.
This film is unjustly overlooked outside of the Godzilla fandom, and that is extremely frustrating.
Yeah.
Because we've gone through the entire thing. There's so much to say, but it's also incredibly self-explanatory.
That's the thing. This film, I think, ironically, Uzaki said it himself at the end. He literally quote, "Kaneko's direction is consciously focused on entertainment, but it still stands as a legitimate anti-war film."
Exactly. And I think that I keep part of the reason why I rewatched
this film, I think, has the perfect blend of the quote unquote monster action that they say. It has the perfect blend of all this. Nico, you came right as we're closing this out.
You came right as we were ending this.
Yeah, I know.
Right as we were doing closing statements.
What's up, gamers?
Yeah. But part of the reason why I rewatched the Kaneko debate was because I wanted to use that as a springboard for this discussion, because I think that is the primary thing that, like, that and the -1 discussions are what really made me think a lot about GMK and its reputation. And that question in the back of my head, does Kaneko understand Godzilla?
Yes.
After this? Yeah, no. I believe that even more now, because
Yeah.
like,
I mean, that doesn't need to be said, but of
you
course,
keep
sorry.
Godzilla's
Yeah,
characterization
that too.
intact. You keep Godzilla's characterization intact, translating it into a different context. You have the crossover monster with Mothra, the legacy monster with Ghidorah, and the new / obscure monster with Baragon, who I say new and obscure because Baragon is an older creature, but he's completely reinvented into what I would say is the definitive version. You have all of those aspects of the kaiju genre, which are translated in this story with a genuinely engaging and underappreciated human cast that is mainly, I'd say it's underappreciated because it's outshined by the next two films.
And oh boy, I
We're
can
gonna
only
have
discuss
things-
those. Oh, I'm so excited!
We are
Yeah,
going
what
to
are you
have things to
excited for?
say when it comes to the Kiryu movies.
Oh,
But
I'm gonna have so
Kiryu
much to
saga.
say. Me and Zim are gonna go crazy.
yeah, but you have a genuinely phenomenal human cast. Some of the best action in the franchise, nay genre. Like, Kaneko knows what he's doing when it comes to kaiju action, and you can tell.
And this completely disproves the idea that you can have a quote-unquote deep film, but have to sacrifice fights.
Yeah, no,
Because this
Kaneko-
thing's exactly.
Kaneko's kaiju,
No, they're
Kaneko's
just fine.
kaiju material. I need to watch his Ultraman episode. It was Tiga that he did, right?
No, it was Max.
No, it was Ultraman Max.
Max,
Which
got
is
it.
one I've just been wanting to watch because I've seen some of that. Dude, Max in that show, he looks like such a goober.
Yeah, but like,
He is a goober.
you can make-
I think sorry, I believe just to kind of go into that, I think the actress for Yuri Tachibana, she shows up in that as well.
yeah,
Yeah, her name is Chiharu Niyama.
yeah. But like, Kaneko knows how to make action meaningful. He knows how to make those interesting stories with those human casts. The kaiju are all portrayed, even if they're different takes, they're still memorable enough and yet recognizable enough to keep those core traits.
I'd also say that, like, yeah, like we say, like Godzilla, but like the nuclear references are still kept intact. So I feel like this is about as far removed as I feel you get before you start running into problems.
Yeah, like, even then, because like this is tangentially connected. You have the bomb,
That's what
and
I'm
you
saying.
have those who were killed by Japan's recklessness.
Yeah, no, like it still works because it's tangentially related, but there's also just blatant imagery still tying it back.
Yeah, and even then, character-wise, yeah, Godzilla's sadistic, but he still retains a lot of those character attributes that we see in both in 54's, both the novelization and movie. So even if the tragedy isn't there, hell, I would say there is that tragedy because he's being forgotten.
I would actually say that depending on how you want to look at it, there is still something of a tragic element here, especially if you believe that this is the same Godzilla as the 54 one, since that means that he has been resurrected from the dead and is now just a puppet for the vengeance of thousands of people and has just been completely robbed of any free will.
Yeah,
And you have those spirits that have who have pretty valid reasons to essentially.
That's the unfortunate reality of it. Godzilla's been made a victim of something completely out of his control.
and yet,
Even half a
and yet
century after
the
he
spirit-
died.
And yet, the spirits, even despite being portrayed as villainous, they have understandable motivations. Accountability is kind of yeah.
That's the main theme of this film. Kaneko wants Japan to be accountable for what it did.
Exactly, and Yamazaki took that to the next level with -1.
I also, and this is gonna be unheard of for me, I will give Shin this as well with that whole beat where I'm forgetting his name, but Rondo Yaguchi is talking to like the prime minister and all that, telling them beware of unfounded optimism, because the last time that happened, 2 million Japanese people died.
Mm-hmm.
I want to point out, like, as for like GMK, I would still say essentially handles the whole bureaucratic red tape BS element, while a kaiju is attacking better than Shin ever did. Because
it does, but that is
that's a conversation for another
and
day.
That's a whole.
That's because well, let me just say, like, all it really does, like, all you really get in GMK is like that scene where Tachibana is like, we need to do something. Godzilla, like, what, like, are we gonna be able to, mobilize, our forces to like deal with Godzilla because he's like attacking, and the other guy's like, we're still waiting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it gets across like what Shin tried to do. Just spends like 20, like its first 20 minutes like spinning its wheels to like just say. It's like, yeah, bureaucratic red tape's kind of bullshit.
And it goes even more into that, where apparently, I guess we're in the ending rambling section now.
Yeah.
But another thing I want to mention is, this is another translation error thing. The scene where Admiral Tachibana is talking to, like, I think his commander, and is talking about, did we really get rid of Godzilla? At the time, I doubted it. But, and then he ends with, was it worth it? Was it worth lying?
Mm-hmm.
And apparently the original script, or in the actual in the actual dialogue, he is like very harsh.
Mm-hmm.
Which just adds on to what Kaneko's trying to do.
Yeah, because Kaneko does. That's part of the reason why I respect him so much. Kaneko does not hold back. Bro, like I said, during the, I don't remember what stream it was, but dude set Kyoto on fire in Gamera 3 to make a point.
And that was just complete, and apparently like Kyoto is still kind of considered off limits to destroy even today in these kinds of films.
So
I never
yeah.
heard that.
Like I think it's a cultural thing due to the fact that it was the original Japanese capital. Certain political parties in Japan kind of see it as taboo, and like his response
knowing
give them the bird and then literally blow the thing to bits.
And knowing Kaneko's anti-nationalist viewpoint, bro just said, "Fuck that! I'm burning this city to the ground."
It's so unhinged. I
I'm
love it.
burning the city to the ground.
Yeah, like guy, when he has something to say, he has something to say. That's part of why I'm looking forward to going through his filmography in its entirety. I'm curious, especially because I'm curious to see how he handles Death Note.
Do you truly mean in its entirety, though?
Oh
And if I have
yeah.
to
One last thing before we close off the stream.
No.
We
I
need
want
to
to
get-
mention
we need
something
to
else. I
make-
want to mention something else.
Wait,
Have you all
hold
talked about Godzilla versus Thor yet?
no.
Oh
'Cause-
yeah, no, dude, that's
Yeah.
technically making this one canon. Yeah, wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Thor. If you haven't heard it first, the Marvel universe is technically canon to
Or at least
GMK.
Or at least Thor is.
Yeah, like at
Um,
least Thor. Well, the group. Well, I guess slight spoilers. The group that like resurrects Godzilla is tied to Daredevil, like the organization that Daredevil fights, to the best of my knowledge. And then like Thor gets involved since he's essentially a god, and of course like he has to fight. He has to fight Godzilla, and like one thing leads to another. Godzilla essentially kills Asgard. Like he basically goes on a galactic rampage.
Yeah.
Oh god, you're telling me that these comics try to like retroactively sort of state that GMK Godzilla was brought in because of like the hand or some shit?
Yeah, it was the hand, I believe.
Oh, fuck off!
I mean,
Hey, it's a good story.
Why is
It's
that
a
a
good story,
problem?
Steve Monster.
Why is that a problem? If the story's good, why? Why is that an issue?
I don't. I don't know. I have to like. Maybe I just have. It just kind of runs me. I don't know. There's just something about it.
I think it's just because it sounds so absurd on paper.
Yeah.
But the way
Granted,
it's
this isn't.
executed is so
Granted,
good.
it is a version of GMK, not like you don't really need to go into that. You don't need to have 98 in universe to make it work. You don't have to have. All you really need is 54 in universe to work, and even then, 54 isn't exactly the same in this universe.
Also,
So-
like I wanted to bring this up since you mentioned the Necro Sword on your one-on-one. That's what I guess. Spoilers: Godzilla fuses with the Necro Sword and becomes Godzilla in black. Godzilla, the God Butcher, essentially. And that's how he.
But one last thing, since to go to what Lau said, we need to hire more gods. We need to get more people who made pornos to make Godzilla movies.
Yeah,
Unironically.
no, say that.
Unironically, because because I do not believe Kaneko would be a fluke. But yeah, and
Listen.
yes, and
I mean, to be
I'm still debating if I mean entire filmography. I'm still debating if I want to go down that rabbit hole.
Which could you even find them?
dude,
Do
like
they
to
even
be
exist
fair,
anymore?
Oh no! Like I have asked Joey and Zeno, hey, if I do the Kaneko watch through, I need your help, and they
Well,
both agreed.
If you want to look up a certain website, you probably have to get a VPN.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, no, I think
even though I showed up
think
late, I wish
that
it
was yeah, no, that's GMK. I am overall good film, needs more love. Give me a 4K, give me a novelization. Hiya, Monsteroids, you know what to do. But and yeah, all in all, it's great. Like this is still, I think this discussion has made this film even better to me in every possible way. This is still one of my favorite movies ever made, and what I would say is a shining example of the genre and its potential. So
It's definitely part of my top 5 favorite Godzilla movies ever.
yeah,
to me, it's the
And-
third one.
and I'd say it's well deserving of being a fan favorite. So yeah, I guess before we end it off, any Schilling mental gens?
Sure. You can follow me on DeviantArt and Instagram. I'm more active on DeviantArt, but I need to do more on Instagram. Oh, and also one more thing. This is a certain someone in particular in the audience. Kaneko knows about Godzilla than you ever thought, so suck it, 05.
Kaneko understands Godzilla much more. Read the novelization of 54.
And then touch grass.
That too.
He's probably allergic to grass.
Eat grass, dumbass.
I guess I'll go next with the showing if Nico's done.
I'm done.
Okay. Well, this has pretty much been your guest, the Sea Monster. Pretty kind of going full circle in terms of like how my channel, how I first started doing essay videos. Because my first series was on GMK, so that's something you can check out. Among other projects that I've put out on my channel, along with some live streams. And you can follow me on Twitter at CMonster, KCI, blah, blah, blah. And as far as what projects I have coming up, I have a video in April that will be coming out in April. Keep an eye out for that. And I pretty much have also just put a post announcing that the next project after that will be on Transformers Dark of the Moon, which hopefully I'll have done by the summer. So
The
that's
last good Bayformers movie.
Kinda, yeah, a little bit in a way, but let's see. You wait and see, how that video goes. Essentially, it's gonna be a long man. I know Kuru's not into long men, but
I'm not into bad longmen.
Okay, all right. So as long as it's a good one, but then I'll make sure it's a good one.
Yes, Steve Monster, you're one of the good ones.
Okay, thank you. As far as recommendations, obviously go watch GMK. It's worth a look. But beyond that, I don't know. Man. Go watch Scream. I guess at least the original, because it's actually quite good. And then see where that takes you. That's it.
Mhm.
Well, I have been your co-host, Kaiju Kuru. I'm currently working on some of my own videos. Just kind of in the process of moving, and once I, well, not really anymore, but look for some stuff from me in the maybe near future, and go watch this movie and read a book for once in your life.
Can it be
And that's all from me.
Mhm.
I don't really have much to say. You can find me as Casper, Instagram, X, YouTube, KASKEG, and yeah, I'm just learning how to draw perspective so I can keep improving on the stuff I do. And yeah, that's kind of it. That's all.
Nice. Alrighty, and obviously you can find me more on this channel and on everyone else's channels, I think, or at least Sea Monsters. And yeah, keep an eye out for future stuff. I have a Nemesis essay that I'm on and off about. I have my book, Light in the Black Lake. I have a Monmusu video essay that I want to do. I've started scripting, but I want to continue scripting that one after I've rewatched the series. And I have a flash fiction project that I finished that Zim is going to be sharing on his channel. So, yeah. Go watch GMK. Obviously, it's great. Go watch Iron Lung. I think this is the last week that it'll be in theaters. So, highly recommended you go watch it if you haven't, or if you can. Yeah. Also, read the 54 novelization and Raids Again novelization. They're both are really good. But
And also read
yeah.
Godzilla vs. Thor.
that too.
I forgot one last thing. I am hosting a stream this next Friday, the 27th. It'll be on Up from the Depths' Monarch video on season 1.
Thanks. Yeah, I am hoping to do a stream in March where I just let Kuru go horse shit talking about Uma Musume. So yeah. It's either going to be before or after we finish Pretty Derby. I don't know. I want it to be in March because I have stream plans for April. So yeah. But that's all from me. Take care, guys. Peace.
Please.
Bye-bye!
No!